I'm coming on because I didn't know what was going on. I was talking, someone was saying Carolyn's muted. Carolyn's not muted. Not at all. Okay. Hello, I'm not muted. I have to put up the picture, the video about Jimmy making the limeade. The pregnancy news, what is with that? You trade me chocolate for sanitizer? Oh, I'll give you sanitizer? Who's going to bring the mail if everybody's quarantined? I think I got something from Joann's. It feels like napkins. Oh no, it's not napkins. It says something, hold on a minute. Where did it come from? I should put my glasses on, right? Oh my gosh. I think it says New Jersey. But it says, I don't know. I think it's my shopping bags that I ordered. I thought it was Joann's. It's not Joann's. Now I've got to go sanitize my hands. I've got paint and glue still on my hands. That was good though. It took the glue off my hands. Hey Lisa. Where were you? What happened, Cheryl McElroy? We were doing like that, you know that Chinese fire drill they used to say? And they used to call it that. So don't say that's what they called it. They used to stop the car, run around, get back in really fast. We did it here. Instead of jumping out of a car, we all jump out at the live, and we try to get back in another one really, really fast. It's a new version. It's a new version for the internet. Everybody will be doing it now, and you could tell them you did it before it was cool. Well, at least, Lisa, we can use our napkins if it gets really bad. It'll be hard, though, too. You did that at traffic lights? There were sharks off the Cornish coast. Your brother took a tape off of the jaws. What? Today, you mean? Do I have to also give her all of my napkins? I still have your bag of napkins hanging from the chair. Do you know that, Lisa? I have your bag of napkins hanging here. That's a nice big bottle. I have a lot. Told you that you don't believe that's the way that I live my life. Dr. Shocker isn't here, is he? I have to get something to show Lisa. Hold on a minute. Oh, Lisa, you weren't around when I showed you my thing. You missed the whole thing, right? What I got at the Dollar Tree and everything. The trivet thing, and I asked you if I should paint it white before I do it, and you weren't even here last night. That's not very nice. That's not very nice. And look at this. I've got my napkin garbage over here from my decoupaging, and you guys didn't even tell me, and I've got my nail file, and that's where I was looking for it. That's nice. Hold on, Lisa. I have to show you something. I had a question for you last night, and you didn't answer me at all. I even called you out by name and asked you because I thought you'd wake up. But did you manage to see the trivets that I got? Probably not, right? Okay. That's okay. Not that she really cares. Hold on. All right. Scissors. Where's my thing? I gotta see what Lisa says. I think I also have to get another drink. I don't know. All right, Lisa, wait, let me get my, here. Oh, I have to get the other, hold on. Did you see what I said? Did you check it out, Lisa? You didn't even check out my haul? You don't even know what the exclusive thing was? I got these. They had them in clear. Did you watch it at all? And if I put a napkin on here, and just follow me, Lisa. Like, say I put that bicycle napkin that Carol Boyce sent me, right? If I put that on here, and it fits all the way, and I don't put paint on here, and then worst case scenario, I don't like the way it looks, I can always paint the back white, right? Wouldn't you say that's the way to go? This was my exclusive. Did you see these, Lisa? I thought I would have to paint ones that were already done, but they have the clear ones. Are you saying yes, that's what I would do? Yes, that's what you would do? Yes, you what would you do? What would you do? Paint the back and decoupage the front. Carol says that would look great. Repeat that. See, she's just one of those people that just yes you. Okay. Follow me. If I was going to take that bicycle napkin that Carol Boyce sent me, right? It looks like this behind me. The one that, this is the top of a box. I'm not done. Okay? This is the top of a box, Lisa. But if I was going to put this napkin, right, on this thing here, would you paint the bottom white and put the napkin on top of that? Or would you see how it looks clear, and then if you don't like the look of it, paint the back? Lisa wants to call in. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This might be our only social interaction. We may be all held up in our houses pretty soon. We're lucky we have this. You'll all be wanting to call in pretty soon. All right, I sent it. Hold on a minute. I just got some interesting information. Okay. All right. Sorry, there was a very important email. And Wyatt, didn't you see my video? I have a whole video on it. And I have links in the community. You didn't see that? Huh. All right. Well, hopefully you're seeing now. I don't know. I sent you the number, Lisa. What is Lisa doing? Stay home and decoupage. I ordered a whole bunch of chocolate that was sent to me from the UK. The Curly Whirlies, 20 bars, and a bunch of Aero bars. I sent Lisa the number. Is she calling in? Seems like it takes her a long time to dial the phone. Is she calling in or are you guys lying? Yeah, you know, the Aero bars, they're not the chocolate bars. You guys, that's another untruth. I said, I really miss those chocolate bars. And somebody said, oh, they're the Aero bars. They're not. They're not. The chocolate bar was light, but it wasn't that light. Chocolate bar, I still remember what it looked like. I remember the little like half circle kind of shell design it had on top. It was a heavier bar. There was more chocolate to it. And it wasn't so light. That's like, do you remember that movie? I think it was Betsy's Wedding. And Alan Alda was in it. And his daughter, they went to go taste the cake. And the lady's like, oh, you've got to try this one. This one is so delicate. You can't even taste it. And the daughter's like, Daddy, you have to try this one. You can't even taste it. And he goes, what the hell would I want to spend all that money on a cake you can't even taste? That's how I feel about the Aero bar. I don't want to eat air. I want to eat freaking chocolate. I don't get that chocolate satisfaction from it at all. Sorry, I'm disappointed again. Well, is that what it... Yeah, it's not the chocolate bar. Believe me, the chocolate bar used to be my favorite bar as a kid. I know what it tastes like, and it doesn't taste like that. Yeah, I have the mint arrows too. Jimmy likes them. They're okay. They're okay, but they don't taste like an Andes mint. Thank you. And the Aero bars don't really... you know what the Aero bars taste like? The Aero bars taste like... I'm trying to think what it is. The arrow bars, they taste like... I know what it is in my head. She's probably putting on lipstick and doing her hair and getting in some gown. And she'll be like, oh, I was just sitting around. Probably dragging out all her napkins to make me jealous. She'll be coming in, sitting in a sea of napkins. Zero calories. No, but I'm trying to think of what it tastes like. What am I thinking of? Oh gosh, it's like something. I can't think of it. No, I think she's gathering all of her napkins. She'll come in she'll have a fan of napkins. Probably a napkin headdress and stuff. Yeah, I know, Carol Boyce. I'll know what she'll be doing. She'll be like, oh, these old napkins? Oh, these old napkins. I've had these forever, Carolyn. Here she is. Where's your... We were talking about you. We were talking about you.
That's all right. You're always talking about me.
I know.
It took me a little while because 5 minutes ago I was asleep.
Oh, we thought, you know what we thought? I said that you were probably going to sit around in a sea of napkins and be like, these old napkins, Carolyn, I've had these forever. Right?
It's always about the napkins.
I know it is. It is.
Now, how are my napkins?
Your napkins are right over, they're right over here.
Let's see.
You think I'm kidding? I have them right here.
All
I didn't even take them out of the bag.
You know, do you know how many times I was going to get in the car and drive over there and get them?
I know. You'd be like, Lisa's here for her napkins. Okay.
Because you do a lot of shout outs about the napkins. And
I know.
Really torturing me. Because I don't have them. I have them, but I don't have them.
I know.
It's a hard thing.
I know. They're here. I look at them.
Now,
hi, Lisa's napkins.
I know you do. You know what? I'm sure you look at them all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you look at them.
I do.
All
I'm like, I
do.
I'm like, she really wants you guys, but you're here with me in the bag.
You know, I wanted to tell everyone I got a new batch of Squeedles.
You got a new batch of Squeedles?
You want to see them?
Yeah, sure.
I took a picture of them, and I thought I don't remember if I emailed. I'm not awake.
Yeah, I'm bad at checking text messages, as I'm sure you've probably noticed.
I don't know if I texted it or emailed.
Oh.
I don't know what I did.
I'm bad at both.
But I do have them here, and I took a picture of them.
Okay.
But I do have them here. She just mailed them to me, and I'm really excited because I'm ready to give them out. Although now I'm not able to volunteer. They suspended volunteering at the hospital.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, so now you've got a lot of decoupage to do.
Yeah, actually, I'm working on a project. But I miss it so much. I feel lost, really, because I was working there a lot, But anyway, that's another story.
What would you do though? Would you paint this?
All right. I know you're dying for an answer.
Yeah.
All right. It's a complicated question. You have to understand. Like, you're blowing my mind with this. It's not that simple. All right.
Yeah.
Number one is that if you're going to use it as a hot
You
plate,
can't. I'm not going to. It's just going to be.
Okay.
It's going to go like in an easel, like an easel or something. Just be a little decoration.
Okay, so then that doesn't matter. And is it made out of plastic or
Glass.
made out of glass? Okay, so then anything you do will work.
Right. So, here's my thought. If I just do it like this, right? Then if I didn't like it, if there was something, if I said it's too transparent, I could always paint the back white.
Well, that's what I would do.
Right? But do it first, like
the option. I think if it was me, I would do it.
Like this.
Just that way, because then it leaves you the option of
Right.
going either way.
Otherwise, you'll
And
never know what it could look like.
you'll never know. And you know what? Sometimes that transparent look is such a nice look
Yeah.
that you don't want to get rid of that. And that's
Right.
what makes napkin decoupage so much fun, is the transparency of
Right.
it. But then other times you don't want it to be, oh my God, the cats are fighting over the.
Oh, the cats are fighting over the napkins?
They're not fighting over napkins.
Oh.
No, you know what they're doing?
No.
They're fighting over the not fighting. I don't know how to switch this around, but they're eating the cat grass.
Oh, is that the cat grass that you needed the pots for when we went out?
Yeah, I needed it's actually doing pretty good. Julie, it got bigger and everything.
Well, he's eating the grass. You grew that since we met you?
Yeah, it's like 2 times the size now. Now, you missed it 2 seconds ago. Nunu was up there biting at it too. He was standing up from the floor and biting it with Julian at the same time. It was very funny. They love it.
What kind of cat grass?
I don't know. Gary got it at the you could have some look at Nunu. He's like, "What? Go have some cat grass, Nunu." He looks at me so funny. No, Gary got it at the pet shop.
Oh, really?
And they love it. They chew at it all the time, and then it said on the package, if you replant it, it'll get bigger. So I did, and then it keeps growing. I mean, it doesn't look the healthiest.
No.
You know, it's brown on the edges. Look, I'll show you. It's like, hi, Jules. Hi, Jules.
Oh, wow. That's big. Well, I thought my chamomile, like last year, I thought I was losing it. It came back, and then it died when I brought it inside.
See, I put this. See, it's a little brown, but it's being chewed on all the time.
Oh, yeah,
so
I know.
how healthy could it look? But you know what
Right.
I did yesterday when we had like really nice weather? I put it out in the sun for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and it came back. It looked better, like just being outside a little bit. So maybe as the weather gets warmer, I'll
Yeah.
put it outside. But if it doesn't stay, I mean, I'll just ditch it and buy a new one, because they really seem to love it, and you know, they really get a lot out of it. So why the heck not? You know, let them
Wow,
have
yeah.
it. Right?
Hmm.
They're always looking at it and chomping at it. So, but I think as far as the trivet goes, I think that's a great way to go. Like, try it, because you never know what you're going to get, and then you can change your mind and make it look more transparent. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. I watched your haul, but I didn't see the trivet.
Yeah, that was the last thing, and it was you didn't see them because you probably didn't watch all the way to the end.
Maybe
and then-
I fell asleep at the
Probably.
end. Sometimes that happens.
You
I'm
should look,
watching
because
it.
they have a nice one. I thought I had to paint it because they had them with stuff on them, and then I saw them in the clear, and I freaked out, and I thought it was a mistake that that there was only one. It didn't have the design on it, right? But then it wasn't a mistake. And
Yeah,
Auntie
that
Cuckoo was
happens
saying
sometimes.
they
Like,
had them
I'm
in
watching
round.
it, and I fall asleep at the very end, and I think I watched the whole thing. So
I
I
know.
must have missed the very end of it.
Didn't you wonder what my big reveal was?
You know, now that you mention it, you're right. You're absolutely right. I missed the big reveal, and I didn't even know it.
I know.
I have a lot on my mind these days.
Yeah, you weren't looking that forward to it, maybe.
I was, of course I was. I always look forward to everything you do. You know that.
Yeah. Where's the napkins you got at the Christmas tree shop? Did you
I
get
think
new
it was
napkins?
the same. You know, it's hard for me to remember which ones I got at the Christmas
I know,
tree
you have
shop,
so many. I
Because I
know.
merged them.
See this?
They
I got
merged.
this. See this one? I want to put
Which
this.
one did you? Show
No,
me what
I
you
mean,
got at the
I have
Christmas tree
this
shop.
one, but I don't know what to do with it. You see it?
Let me see it up close.
I tried to put it up close, but it's hard, like, because it's.
No, I see it now. That's good. No, why? You know what?
It's
I couldn't
white
Get Zoom meeting.
and
I
has-
couldn't get Zoom meeting to work on my iPad. I'm
Oh.
using it on my iPhone. So
But it
you're
has-
only like this big.
It has. He's white and he has little roses in him, right? And then this
Oh,
is a
cute.
dark, so you could cut him out and put him in something. But I wanted to put him on like a little maybe canvas or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I have this napkin. It's so cute, and I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, he's really cute. I like it.
I know.
Uh,
I don't know what to do with it. I think maybe I'll do one of those bottle jars vases with him. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe I'll put it on a green. Maybe instead of like I'll use a green chalk paint and just cut the white rabbit out with the roses and put him on there. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe
I like the roses on the
on the
I
rabbit.
Like the roses. Yeah.
He's cute.
I'm just going to try. I just bought a flower pot. I've never done a terracotta pot.
Oh, you
before.
haven't? Did you see my cans that I did?
Let's see the can. I'm getting ready to do.
I made a new video.
Too.
I made
Let's see what you did.
I made a new
Let's see.
video today, but see, you can't. You'll see them in my video. That's a cat, and it's really nice.
Oh,
But
the one with the little butterfly.
yeah, the one I gave you, I did that, and then this is the watercolor one I gave you. It's kind of with those flowers.
Oh, pretty. I love the way the cans come. They really come nice.
Oh, they do. They look like they're hand painted. You get right in the groove, and they don't get wrinkles. And
yeah, they really look nice.
And then look, I did another one with the vegetables that I gave you, too.
Oh, cute.
See?
Cute.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next craft night because I missed the last.
We're having
couple.
a craft night this weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be housebound anyway, probably.
Yeah, it's getting that way.
Yeah, we're all going to be. We'll have the one leg up on everybody because at least we have a craft group.
Yeah,
people will be looking for a craft group, and they don't have one, but we already have one.
But we already have one. Yeah, we're already established.
They'll all be killing each other with cabin fever. Can you imagine that? There's probably
and then we'll have other crimes.
There's probably. Sad thing is, we're probably going to see a big increase, right? Because people are housebound. It's bad. And housebound, and maybe even housebound and sick, and they're gonna, I don't know.
I know.
It's not a good combination.
No, not at all.
I don't know. They'll be like, oh, that was the year of that virus. We lost a lot of good people that year. Probably.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
So they better get to a craft night so they at least have an outlet.
I think crafts are gonna save people's sanity. I mean, I think we're all lucky people.
We are that we already have to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and then Pitbull
said,
Pitbull said there could also be people dying in toilet paper wars.
Hey, listen, you know what? Here's the other thing. If you don't have any napkins, you could always decoupage with toilet paper. It would be very boring, but listen, if you don't have anything else.
Oh no, but somebody made it not boring. They actually used the this layer that you take away from your napkins, and did you see that one? Like they take a bottle, right, and then they put it on purposely all wrinkly to give it texture. Then they paint the texture. They take clay in one of those silicone molds and they put it around the top, and then they paint. It's unbelievable what this lady does from Poland. You can't believe it.
Wow.
And wrinkles are the object to get the wrinkles, so it's good. And I bought some new Crackle stuff. I have new Crackle stuff. I would
love to see a tutorial on that. I have no idea how to do that.
I don't have any idea either, but I watched the lady. J Bells was able to get the same stuff.
Store. Do you have a bottle of Crackle stuff there? I looked for it. I don't know.
Yeah. I got this one.
Let's see.
What is this? The one Medea? Let me see. Medea Crackle Glaze, and then I got the Pantina stuff. But J Bel's got the real one that the lady from Poland uses, but they have it in the UK. They want to charge it.
J Bell said she was going to try it.
She got it. She got the one because she's in the UK. But and then there's a Pantina that I also got. I don't know where the heck I put that. That goes on, that you rub on that, and it emphasizes the cracks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll find it. But yeah, but I think it's the same company. This is Deco Art. That's who makes this. That's who makes the napkin stuff too. Deco Art.
Yeah, I recognize that brand a little bit.
Yeah.
I was in Michael's today.
You were? What'd you buy?
Yeah. Oh, you want to see what I got?
Yeah, of course.
I got so excited over this. I nearly lost it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? Because I'm working on a house. I'm working on an Easter house.
Oh.
So, I don't. Okay, so ready?
What do you mean an Easter house? You're doing one of those paper mache houses?
Yeah, but I'm doing it in like an Easter theme.
Look at all those scissors. You just got those?
But they're all different, like cutting styles. Because see, do you want to see the house? I didn't want to show you the house till I was done.
Wait, can I just ask you something? Is that a Snoopy mug?
Yeah, isn't it cute?
What is Snoopy doing on there?
He's got little Easter eggs things going on.
Oh, where'd you get him?
He's from Home Goods.
Oh, nice. They didn't have one of those when I went there.
Want me to get you one?
That's so cute.
I'll get you one.
I love Snoopy.
Okay, I promise I'll get you one.
Okay.
All right? I promise.
All right.
More than one?
No, one's good.
All right, I'll buy you one.
Let's not be silly.
Okay. So, but these are really cool because they cut in different, like, see, because I want to make, do you want to see the house? I'll show you.
I do. Yeah, of course.
All right, but I don't like to show things until they're done. But,
Don't worry,
right.
nobody's going to make fun of you.
You promise?
Yeah, promise. We'll beat them up if they do.
I guess because, actually, I'm pregnant too, so.
I know. You're a little moody, right?
I'm a little pregnant.
You're a little moody, too.
Yeah, so maybe nobody will make fun of me then.
We're all pregnant, so we're all moody.
I know.
Yeah.
We're all in this pregnancy together.
I know.
So,
very cute.
My problem is, though, like, see how there's, like, I'm trying to get into some of these edgings. See? Like,
You cut those edgings? You cut those edgings?
I did it with a pinking shear, right? But, like, I want to try to experiment with something to go around these windows that doesn't make them look too heavy.
Oh, yeah. I made the
told you,
shutters on my
Carolyn,
Cricut, remember?
Yeah, because you have, like, the real thing, okay?
Yeah.
But listen, you know I'm an overthinker, okay?
Right, yeah.
Try to remember that.
Okay.
All right? It's a curse, all right? I'm an overthinker, all right?
Right.
So I thought I don't like just doing like this pinking shear thing. It's a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like really add that much to the design of it. I just don't feel like it does.
What about fish scales? Like little fish scale?
Yeah, you mean like what you would see like on a roof of a house?
Like the the little they're like half circle kind.
Right. So that is a great idea, but I could do that with these scissors because like they have see, these are the different designs that you could do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like gingerbready kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right. All right. But I don't have a Cricut.
Oh.
Right. So these, now look at this. This one has this one. Like,
I think I used to have a lot of those, or I had them all in one style.
Like different edges. So I am very excited. What is over here? Something's weird.
What?
I am really, really excited over the fact that I can make some of these interesting edges for different parts of this house to do something with the windows and maybe. Oh, you want to see what I did with the side? This is kind of different. I put I added some doily action to this.
Doily action, yeah, very nice.
Some doily action.
Nice.
I said, I'm trying to experiment with different kinds of paper mediums.
Yeah.
Oh, and then look at these little chicks I got.
Where'd you get them at Michael's?
Yeah, aren't they? They were on sale for $1. Instead of $1.99, they were only 99 cents.
Wow, they have eyeglasses.
Yeah, look at the little boy ones.
They look smart. Are they holding? Oh, I thought they're bow ties. One looked like he was holding a diploma or something.
Yeah, aren't they cute?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might add something to that. I don't know. I'm not positive, but I don't know. I just felt like experimenting with different, possibilities with edging and stuff like that. But the place is a paper mess. See, there's paper everywhere.
Believe me, I know. My kitchen is like a craft. It's central.
I went to bed with everything out. Usually, see, I don't have a big house, so I don't have like a craft room or anything. I mean, I have my sewing room where I have like I keep all my craft stuff, but I don't have like a separate place like that.
Yeah.
So I mostly
even if you did, you'd probably still look at me. Like I try to make it different, but I'm still here. I still start bringing all the stuff back up, and I'm here again. Now everything is crafts again.
It's in the kitchen. I do everything in my kitchen.
I know. But me too.
Last night I just was like, I'm leaving everything out because I do everything. I wake up. Oops, I have a low battery.
You're like, who's the boss of me? I'm gonna leave it all out, right?
So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it all out in one spot because I do most of my crafting very early in the morning before I start the day because then I get going and I come back to it at night sometimes. But I'm like, who the heck cares?
I know. Sometimes I come down and before I even have coffee, I start on like decoupaging a little bit.
That's what I do.
I know, and then that's why
It's
Jimmy
weird.
says you've got a real problem. I think you have to go for like an anonymous program.
Yeah, it is. It is a curse. Somebody stole my wire. Somebody stole it.
Somebody stole it?
I bet you it was Gary.
Probably.
The little one. Probably the little one.
Oh.
Who's really not little, but.
Yeah. So my son, you know what my son got pissed at me? Did that story ever show? He got his wisdom. My son got upset with me. Listen to this one. He got his wisdom teeth out, right? The other week.
Oh God, that's the worst.
But no. So then he posted a picture on Facebook. I thought he was in the dentist chair again. So I just said, "Hey, what are you at the dentist again? Getting some more teeth pulled?"
Oh no. Oh no.
He called me right back, like, I mean, wildfire, right? "Mom, what the heck is wrong with you? Why would you post that?" I said, "Why? It's a joke. You got all your wisdom teeth pulled." He goes, "Oh my gosh, what if somebody thinks I'm getting all my teeth pulled?" I said, "Who the hell would think that?" Right? So he's like, "I had to delete that, Mom. I had to delete that."
They always worry what other people are thinking.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, but when you see people, you're going to have your teeth.
Oh, they're still going to be there.
He was like, "What is wrong with you? Why would you post that?" I'm like, "It was a freaking joke. I thought you were at the dentist." Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's crazy, right?
Because they worry, like, they're always worried about what other people are thinking.
I know.
And mostly, I want to say, like, nobody cares that much.
Right, I know, like, somebody, really thinks, like, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Mike's mom, she asked if he's getting more teeth pulled. I don't think he has any teeth left." He's got so many freaking teeth. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just like, "Mike, all you have to do is smile. You've got teeth." You got all the teeth pulled.
It's so funny. That's a big leap. That's a big leap.
And did you hear I met his girlfriend for the first time in ShopRite?
I heard.
That was lovely, right? Lovely.
Right?
Oh, can you imagine that? I was like in a trance talking to my daughter on the phone. That was great.
Oh my God. I'm surprised you weren't like in your pajamas and slippers or something, that you ran out like.
Can you imagine? That's usually when I run into that's usually a time, like if I go like, "Oh, it's late, I want to get a walk around the lake before it turns dark," right? And I go, "Well, I probably won't run into anybody," because like when you're looking your best and you're walking around, you don't run into anybody.
No.
Everybody's in the house. The first time you go out like looking like crap, you're like, "I'm just going to wear these, whatever, pajama bottoms, and I got to get my walk in," right? You run into everybody, and then you run into people you haven't seen in years too.
Absolutely.
Always. That's the recipe. You want to run into somebody you haven't seen in years, go out looking like, something crazy. You'll run into everybody.
It's timing is everything.
And they'll be like, "No, you look good."
It's crazy. It's the way fate works.
I know. That's why I guess the rule is to always go out looking your best. You never know who you'll meet.
When you're chatting, don't do it the minute you crawl out of bed, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Or like try to get I'll always, like, a lot of times I try to get a walk in, and as soon as the sun, now that the days get longer, it's better, but like at like 4:30, I'm like, "Oh my gosh," right? I've got to get my walk. And I'll go running out thinking I'm not going to meet anybody, and you do. And it's like cars stop you for directions. You meet all these people. Oh my gosh.
You know what happened today? It was weird. I gotta find a wire because my phone's going. But I was in the post office, and this older woman, I don't know how old she was. I'm looking for a wire. She comes into the post office and she goes, I'm lost," she said to the post office worker. "I'm lost. I live in," I don't know what she said. "I live in Bayville."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she lives in Bayville, and she's in Wisconsin,
Is that a long way away? Is that a long way?
Yeah. She goes, I don't know how to get home.
Was she old? Did she have Alzheimer's?
Yeah, she was old, but
Oh.
I don't know if she had Alzheimer's, but she was
Oh.
pretty old. So the guy goes, well, I can only tell you where the Bayville post office is. So he goes, wait, let me ask the manager or whoever it is in charge. So he comes back and he goes, well, he's going to write down directions on how to get you home. So he writes the directions down. He's writing the directions down. And I said to her, do you know how to get home? If he writes down the directions, can you follow those directions?
Mm-hmm.
I said, because if you can't, I'll follow the directions and you could follow me home.
Right.
And you follow my car and you could follow me.
Right, yeah.
So she goes, no, Bayville's far from here and you don't have to do that. And I said, well, I don't care. I drive everywhere.
I'd probably find some napkin stores on the way.
Yeah, I could.
I know.
That's not a bad idea because I scope those things out. You know I do.
Mm-hmm, I know.
You know I do.
I'm the same way. Anywhere I can go, I won't be thinking like what store would have napkins along the way.
It's ridiculous. And are they worthy of being purchased?
Right.
Will I use them?
Yeah. Or I'm thinking for an obscure napkin store, like what store might have napkins that people might not know about? I think I had a dream about one last night. I really did. I can't remember what the store was though.
Do you have napkin regret? Like if you leave some napkins behind that you didn't buy and then you wish you did?
Yeah, because like you're thinking like I have too many napkins and then you're like, oh, I got to cut back. Just like I have, just like Auntie Cuckoo had to come in and tell me about that windmill. And I'm like, see, they're doing a DIY with it. And now I won't be able to do it because I didn't get it. Because I'm like, I want to be a minimalist, right? Sure. And I'm worried about people judging me because they do. What is she doing with all those napkins? So then you pass up the napkins, and then you want the napkins, and you won't get them.
And then
again.
you're like, oh no, I don't have the napkin.
I know. I wish now I had bought even more napkins at that Christmas tree shop when I was there.
See, when I went, they didn't have that many. When I went, I bought
oh my gosh,
1 or 2.
Maybe you were in the wrong place. They had so many napkins.
There's only one Christmas tree shop that I know of on the island, really.
But did you look in the big bins? They put them in huge bins. Like you have to dig down. You could fall in. They're so big.
You know what they had in there though?
No.
They had monogram napkins with letters on them.
Right, and then they have them in another place. They put the Easter napkins in a whole other place.
But I saw some Easter napkins, but they were all the same. Oh. Like there was only 2 varieties, maybe.
Oh wow, they had so many. I mean, I had to stop looking. I had to stop looking.
What? I'm gonna have to come there, Carolyn. I'm sorry.
I had to stop looking.
I'm going to have to come. It's like.
I know.
You know what you're doing to me. You know it. It's like, this isn't fair.
And I want to ask, I feel like I want to call the Christmas tree shop and be like, do you still have a lot of those napkins there? Yeah. And I want to call the Home Goods and ask them about that gnome. I feel like I didn't, I know I saw that gnome, but nobody has seen that gnome but me.
Do you know how many stores I went to?
Nobody's seen him but me.
Gnome? I looked for that gnome everywhere.
I know. So did Auntie Cuckoo. So did other people were sending me gnomes.
I have never looked at so many gnomes in my life.
I know.
I went to so many stores, and even my husband drove, we were together running errands. He waited in the car so I could go in and look at gnomes. He was like, go ahead, go look for the gnome. We were gnome obsessed because we wanted to find it so bad.
I know. I don't understand. I should have I was trying to be a minimalist again that day.
It does have, I always find that when I'm always like the minimalist at the wrong time.
Yeah. Like that day you went with me to AC Moore and you didn't pick up anything but a flag, right? Yeah.
I know you have regret for me. I could tell.
I think you should have got. I'm like, I can't believe Lisa didn't get even those flower bunches for 40 cents.
You were freaking out.
I know because I was like, Lisa, come on, just get it.
You were judging me, and it was the first time we met, so I was.
I know, and then I was talking to that guy, so I was just more mad, right? To tell that guy how to make the sign.
Talking to a complete stranger.
And I was so animated when I was doing it. I was so excited, right?
And I'm like,
Lisa,
I'm you, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, who is she talking to? And then my first instinct was, oh my goodness, she met somebody she knows. Wow.
And I was like, Lisa, look at these. You have to get these and you paint them and then you can use. And the guy's like, what the hell?
But wait a minute. I wasn't sure if it was a man or a woman.
I couldn't even look. Once I saw it wasn't you, I'm like, oh crap, where did they go? And you and J Bells are over there looking at travel pillows.
The travel pillows that are like a rock. They were like a rock.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
I'm telling you, you could get a concussion on those.
And then she comes over, she's like, Carolyn, feel this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Lisa, I was talking to some guy.
Or girl, I don't know which.
Yeah, I think he was tall. I think it was a guy. I really do. I think he was like 6'2".
I think it was a guy too.
Yeah.
I think it was a guy.
I think it was.
Not that friendly.
No,
Listen,
I mean, he thought I was insane. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, if it was me, I would have just said hi to you or something.
But no, wouldn't it have been funny if he just went like this? Wow, yes, get them, let's clear the shelves, right? Like, what a great idea. How many do you want for yourself? I'll take the rest. And then but he was like, he just couldn't even play into it a little bit.
No, in fact, his emotions were so flat that it was almost abnormal, right?
Yeah, it's a rude New Yorker. It's one of the rude New Yorkers.
I almost wanted to like do something to make him animated. Like, yeah. I don't know. I wanted to say to him, is there something wrong with, like, I don't know. I wanted to say something do you need some therapy? You want to talk
He's in a freaking
bit?
craft store anyway. What does he expect, right? He's not excited about crafts?
Right. I mean, there was something.
It's not like he was in like Barney's or something, and we're talking about what to do with a shirt. We're in a freaking craft store, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
And he had a cart. He wasn't there with like his wife. He had a cart. He was shopping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like an under the table crafter, like, and she didn't know that he liked crafts, and he was like nervous that he was going to be found out or something. Maybe he
didn't like my idea. He didn't like my idea at all.
Yeah, there was more to that story.
I don't know what he was even doing in the 90% off aisle because he didn't buy anything.
Well, I was in the 90% off aisle and I didn't buy anything either. So.
But you watched me buying stuff.
I did. I enjoyed it. It was very cathartic.
J Bells didn't buy it. She didn't buy anything. She had an excuse. You had no excuse. She had to travel back. She'd have to pack it up.
Right. She couldn't fit a lot of things in her.
Yeah. You had no excuse. You had a car there. You were ready to load it up.
I actually had the big car too. I could have loaded it up.
Yeah. No excuse really. Yeah.
No. It was freaking you out, man.
I thought you would be like, oh yes, hand those over.
It freaked you out more than the knife.
The knife, yeah. J Bells was more freaked out on the knife. Yeah, I was okay. I was kind of okay with the knife because I figured I could, like if you would go.
Well, because you had a knife too.
Yeah, and we were in a public place. I didn't think you'd stab me that overtly, because everybody would know it was you. There's cameras all around, and you wouldn't get away with it.
Yeah, and we were evenly matched. I mean, you did have a weapon too.
Yeah.
So. Like if worse came to worse, Yeah. And let's face it. I mean, you could take care of yourself if you.
And you were stuck in. I had I could get right out because I didn't have. Yeah, so I could just leverage. Go. If you came out with me with a knife, you're stuck in. Gary has to get up for you to really get a good shot at me, right? Unless you jumped across the table.
He was blocking me a little bit.
Right.
Although, if he was in on it, then you would really.
If he was in on it, yeah.
But you know what? He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been.
I don't think he would have been.
He's not the type.
No.
If I was going to do it, I'd be in on it alone.
Right. And then he'd be like, "What the hell?" And then I'd be gone because I had the aisle. I would just be out.
You would have left J Bells.
I probably would have pulled her like, "Come on, hurry up," and we would have probably been out. her and I.
You would have grabbed her.
Yeah.
You would have grabbed
I
her.
would have grabbed, like, I would just be like, let's go. We got to go.
Yeah,
Like Jimmy
I kind
does.
of thought so. You're not the type of person to leave somebody behind.
No, I wouldn't leave her. I would be like running out. I'll be like, I'll pick you right up in front. Like I would run and get the car and then just like run to the front, just have her jump right in.
Yeah. And then, you know what you would do? You would solve your own crime.
Yeah. Then I'd be like, Lisa flipped out with the knife. What's going on?
She acted like she was opening up the napkins.
And then I remember, shoot, we left the napkins. We got to go back.
You'd go back to the napkins.
Well, I would. I try to make up with you. Come on, Lisa, we can work this out. Let me have the napkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You didn't really mean to stab me.
Yeah, you were just hungry. You were hangry.
I was hangry.
Right? And then we'd sit down and I'd try to get the napkins into the bag without you noticing.
You could say like, oh, Gary ate your emergency ration of almonds.
Yeah, right.
So you didn't have those.
Yeah, and your blood sugar got low and you weren't in control of yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
See? There's an explanation for everything.
Right. And then I'd be like, okay, we'll get you something to eat and you'll be fine, right, Lisa? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a happy ending.
It would have been fine.
After we cleaned up all the blood and
Oh yeah, as long as the blood didn't really get on the napkins.
oh yeah. It's a good thing they're in the cellophane, you know.
Yeah, that's
They're
good.
protected.
Yeah.
And it's all about the napkins.
It's okay if they're cloth napkins and stuff. You could use that to sop up the blood.
Oh, but they're useless really.
Yeah.
You know. I did want to mention. Oh, you know what? Can you hold on so I can get a wire?
Sure.
Is everybody okay that we're in the chat?
Yeah, they're very good. They said it's like a radio show. They said.
Oh, really? I just want to make sure nobody's I'm not being annoying.
No, they said we have amazing timing. It's like a fun show. We should do a podcast together. They said.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my wire then.
All right.
I want to ask you another question.
All right. Sure.
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay. You're triggered. You don't like blood. It's okay. There wasn't a lot of blood.
Oh, somebody got upset over the thought of the
Lisa,
blood?
Lisa H said the blood is a little bit for her. Lisa H.
All right. So here's an image of this instead. Lisa
Mod
H.
Podge.
Okay. Think of this.
Oh, is that the glitter one?
No, this is satin.
Oh. Sassy Darcy told me I should put the
So Lisa, think of Mod Podge. Okay, get this image in your mind. Okay, and then take the other image away and think happy thoughts. Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
I wanted to make Lisa H feel
Yeah,
better.
that's good because we don't want her to get upset.
Right.
Okay. So, yeah. Lots of pretty napkins on eBay. Yeah, but they only give you like 2 napkins and stuff, right? I mean, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I know. Tom Hanks. What are you going to do? Hi, VBB. You feel much better now? Good. Think about the Mod Podge. Yeah, we've always got an abundance of Mod Podge. That's what they should really be stocking up on. Mod Podge. You're not joking either about what, Jen H? I hear her.
What's the matter, Jules?
Oh, Jules.
Want to go back with the boy?
Oh, I want to go back with the boy.
Go with the boy.
20 napkins. Oh, 20 napkins. Hey, Deborah, 20. That's good. Sometimes they don't sell a full pack of napkins. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
What? She sounds aggravated. Hope she doesn't get a knife. What'd you get?
Right. Okay.
Okay, what'd you buy? What'd you get?
Me?
No, what'd you get? Didn't you get something to show us?
Oh, what was I going to show you?
I don't know. You said you were going to go show us something. Was
I
it?
did.
You
Oh,
said you
yeah,
were going to
that's
show us
right.
what you got at Michael. Oh, you did show us what you got at Michael's. Did you show us
I showed you the
the
scissors.
chicks, and the scissors? Is that what you got?
The chicks. Did everybody see the chicks?
Yeah. Is that what you got? Did you get anything else?
Oh, what else was I going to show you? It popped right out of my head. What do you want?
Didn't she say she was going to go show us something?
Yeah, I did, but I forget now. See, I'm losing it really bad. There was something else.
Oh, Jana says it's fun listening to us while she's looking online for Easter decor.
Well, while I'm thinking of what I was going to show you originally, would you like to see the squeedles?
Oh yeah. See, you were supposed to show us the squeedles.
That I want to show you because I just got them from Sue. I was thinking maybe we could have Sue as a guest one day. I don't want to tell you what to do or anything. It's your thing, but she's so sweet.
She is, yeah. And you gave me. I have one of her squeedles.
You do have one of her squeedles.
I do. I have my squeedle. Where did I put him? I think he's.
I
he's on the other table.
I told her I was gonna. I thought we took a picture of you and Jay Bells.
We did. I think we did, didn't we?
But I don't know. Maybe Gary took. The
I
picture.
have to go through a bunch of the pictures, and Jay Bells has pictures of us with napkins, and there's so many pictures floating around that we've got to get together.
Yeah, because I would like to show.
Did I ever send you the picture of us? Oh, you sent me the Ollie pictures. Okay, yeah, you got the Ollie pictures. And yeah, I've got to go through some pictures. I've also got to get the video up when we went to that the resort that she used to go to. I actually found someone on YouTube that went there too. And
which resort?
The one that fell down that's like not inhabitable anymore. And we went there, and it was an adventure. And we found someone on YouTube that did that too.
Which one?
It's called the Pines. It was called the Pines in Loch Sheldrake.
Wow.
Yeah, we walked on well, they did. Everybody did. They walked on this old bridge that was over a pool. I've got a video. Yeah, I know.
I'm jealous now.
Well, yeah, we didn't know. We walked around, and then I found some guy on here that does he goes into all kinds of abandoned places. He went to the same resort.
Because I watch a channel like that.
I think it was like RNK or something like that. He does the ones in New York. He did the Catskill Game Farm.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And he went to the same resort. He went to the same resort we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't see through my glasses. All right, so let me show you the squeedles. She sent me. You know what she told me? I don't know if I mentioned it last time.
No.
She does beads of courage now.
You know, something's weird. I think those squeedles came up in something for me. I saw a whole bunch of them. They came up in something suggested for me. I know they did. I don't remember where it was.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where it was because I saw a whole bunch. I go, look, squeedles. That's
amazing.
I'm trying to remember if it couldn't have been Pinterest or if it was, maybe it was Etsy. Maybe Etsy?
She's on Etsy.
Yeah, I think it was Etsy.
I have to make myself tea because I need caffeine.
Oh.
All right, so you want to see some squeedles? Who's ready for squeedles?
I'm ready for squeedles.
So I asked her for a batch because I want to give them out at the hospital. I'm not there right now. But I might mail some to them. Or maybe drop them off. I don't know.
Okay.
So, but she sent me a couple of extra ones. But these are the classic squeedles. I'm putting them on this towel so they don't roll around. But these are the classic ones. Oh, wait. I got to flip this around.
Oh, they're cute. Oh, look how cute. They're hand-blown glass, guys.
They're really lamp work.
Oh, lamp work? Is that what they are? Lamp work beads?
They're lamp work, yeah. See their little feet?
Oh, I knew a girl that did those lamp. She used to always say lamp. I never knew what the heck she was talking about.
Now, this one is mine. This is mine that I wear on my neck. It's like a necklace. It's a miniature squeedle.
Oh,
you see it?
Yeah, he's very cute.
And it's orange for representing leukemia because my son had AML.
Right.
I wear this one on a little chain.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how people started noticing Squeedles because I was wearing it.
You
And
made the
people
squiddles
in the
popular?
hospital, people would be like, "What is that?" The kids would notice it and try to grab it.
Yeah.
They were very attracted to them because they're so happy.
Yeah. They got big
And
eyes.
that's how I
long
started
little
like
feet.
giving them out. And on some of them, she would have a little red dot on one of the feet
Uh-huh.
to represent like when you do your blood like the blood
Oh, yeah.
thing for type 1 diabetes. I don't see it
But
on
is
these.
that, but did she just do that for you?
No, she does. She's been doing this for years.
But I mean, no, I mean like for like kids that are sick, like for doing the red dot and stuff.
No, she did that for all of them. She used
Oh,
to.
that's why
These
she did? She made these for kids that were sick?
She started making these a long, long time ago, well before she ever met me. Here's another one. This one is so cute. It's purple, little flower on it. She started making these years and years ago, before she ever met me. And I saw them on Etsy and I bought one. And I bought it in orange to represent leukemia awareness. And I started wearing it. I just felt like and I wanted to have the money donated to type 1 diabetes because her son has type 1 diabetes. And her money goes toward research, and I like that. So I was wearing it in the hospital, and like I said, little children would notice them all the time. So what I did was, and it wasn't this one, this isn't the original because I gave away the original. So what I would do is if I was wearing it, I would be wearing them like this. They were small, but I would wear it like right like this with this on it. And if a kid liked it in the hospital, like not an infant, obviously, I would just take it off and give it to them.
Oh.
I mean, you take it. Why do it's going to make a kid happy in the hospital,
Yeah.
And the mom, it would make the kid so happy. And the mom would say to me, these are so happy,
Yeah.
And then if it was an infant, I would give it to the mother. If the kid showed an interest, and I met so many kids between the two hospitals he was at. And I would just spontaneously give them away and tell her story. And I just keep buying them and giving them away. And this way the money would go toward type 1 diabetes research. And at the same time, I could tell her story. And then sometimes I would say to her, send me, there's a kid with leukemia, send me an orange one. Kid with leukemia wants one, or, try to customize to something that was important to a kid, or, this one's a boy and he likes blue. Can you send me a blue one? Stuff like that. And she would just send me different ones. And along the way, like she made minions.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see the minion one?
Yeah.
Does everybody want to see them?
Yeah, but she makes them like also like they're not like everybody can wear them, right? Not just people that are sick.
Yeah, anybody can.
Anybody, yeah.
And here's one that's it's a little different. Now this one's bigger, and she makes them like where they're a little bigger. She could embellish them.
Oh wow, that guy's
So here's
big.
one, and then she'll also, and here's one that's like a matte glass.
Oh wow, he's got a little hat. He's got a hat.
With a hat. Now, if you go on her channel, she doesn't have that many listed there. She has a small channel, but you can send her a message and say, hey, my nephew likes teddy bears. Can you make a teddy bear? She'll make a teddy bear. Like this is a whale with a squeedle on
look
it.
at that. Oh.
So you could say to her, now she doesn't only do squeedles, but like you could say, like, I love squeedles. So she'll make you a whale with a squeedle on it.
Oh, look at that. It has a little squeedle on it.
It has a squeedle on it, right?
Yeah.
So she made me a Lego with a squeedle on it because a kid liked Lego.
Oh, wow.
So she'll customize what you need to whatever and she'll say like, oh, I love a challenge. Let me try to make that and see what I come up with. Or, she's very, very creative. You want to see the minion?
Yeah.
There was a kid who liked minions. Now I have an extra one, so I had it.
Jules, come on. Stop causing trouble, Jules. Jules is probably eating the grass again, or she's out back there with the boy.
All right. He can't decide where he wants to be. so he's driving me crazy. He can't decide if he wants to be with me or with little Gary. So when he wants to go upstairs with little Gary and be in his bed, he looks at me like this, like, I don't know, should I be with you? Should I be with Gary? What should I do?
Yeah.
Little Gary. All right, so I have this one on my badge for work. Hold on, I'll take it off. This one's like kind of old, but it's on here. And she made this for a kid who likes Minions, and it's just left over. I had it like an extra one that she sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the detailed work of this.
Oh.
Look at the work she does. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, yes, but where's his Squee? Does he have a Squeedle or is he just a Minion?
Nope.
He's a Minion.
This is a Squee, like.
He's a Minion
just
Squeedle.
Regular, yeah, it's just a regular, like.
Glass, yeah.
Piece of glass that's a Minion. Now look how true to life, like that looks like a real Minion.
Yeah.
These little feet.
Right.
Very detailed, precise work she does.
Very nice.
And this was made, I think before the fire.
The fire, right?
In her original kiln, yeah. Do you want to see the Lego one?
Yeah. Sure.
Everybody wants to see it?
Everybody wants to see it, right? Yes.
All right. Hold on, let me just put Letecia out.
You should get your money back. My daughter got her money back from the airline to cancel her Ecuador trip.
Say hi, Nunu. Nunu wants to say hi. He's got his face.
Oh, Nunu is there. Jules is causing trouble. Hi, Nunu.
Nunu is here, but Julian doesn't know what he wants.
Oh,
He's
I know.
confused. Julian's going through confusion.
I know.
Nunu's here. Nunu, say hi.
Hi, Nunu.
All right, I'll go get the Lego one.
All right.
Jules, I know you're a tormented soul.
Jules is a tormented soul. Hey there, Red Raven Spirit. How are you? You want a cow? Do you? Oh, we have a link. Yeah. I hold on a minute. We have a link. Yeah. We let me see. I'll give you the link. Hold on. While Lisa's finding the Lego. Hold on. Squeedles. Okay, here they are. Let me make sure this is the right one. Okay, they want a link. I just want to make sure I have the right thing. Here, I'm going to share this, and you tell me if this is the right thing. You're going to be able to. Oh, are you going to be able to see? Can you see your Zoom screen if I share? You could see
Me?
Zoom. Yeah, you.
I don't know. I guess.
You don't know if you can? Let me see here.
I think so. Nunu.
Okay, I'm going to give this to you. You tell me if you can see, okay? Let me see here. That's what I want to show, right? Yeah. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Is that hers?
It's called Everything Squeedle.
Everything Squeedle. This is Squeedles. I bet you everything Squeedle. That's the yeah.
And she also has a page. I think it's just that's her work.
So if they want to go, if I want to put a link, then I would go to this Everything Squeedle, right? And then I just.
Yeah, and you know what I want to mention? Like, she doesn't put up a lot, but you can ask her for something customized. She'll make it. Now she'll charge you for.
This
you know,
is a
you get
turtle.
charged for, for her work, of course. But she's not overpriced.
Oh, look at the little turtle.
And she is remarkably talented.
Oh, look, the little turtle has a mad-looking. What is that? Something stuck to him. And look, the turtle has a surprised look on its face. Look at that.
She's very good at expressions, I think.
Yeah. Look, that guy's mad, and the turtle is very surprised.
I think she's.
Oh, look, there's
incredible.
A whale like you have, but it's purple with a squeedle on it.
It's a whale like this, except with a different color squeedle. She also does other beads. I think her other shop is Sue. I think it's just called Sue Hober Beads or something like that. That's her full name, Sue Hober. Here's her card.
Look at these Squeedles. Are those her Squeedles with hair?
Go back. Let's see.
You see these ones with hair?
I've never seen those before. I don't think they're hers.
They are hers.
I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a testimonial. Look. It's her review. It is hers. Is her name Jennifer? Is her name Jennifer?
No.
Custom order from Jennifer. Reserved for Darcy. I bet you that sassy Darcy got one. No. No, but it's her. What's her name? Yeah, this is her. Everything Squeedles.
Hold on a second. Julian's driving Gary crazy. Hold on. Let me just feed them. Come here, Jules.
Come on, Jules. Stop driving Gary crazy.
Come on, Jules. Come on.
Freaking.
Let me just feed them so they don't lose it.
Okay. I don't want Jules to lose it.
Come on, Troubles.
Yeah, these are really cute. Okay. So, all right.
Come on, Troubles.
Let me go back to the chat. Oh, I'm getting your link.
It would be nice to have her on to tell her own story.
It would be nice, yeah.
She's such a really nice person. And,
wouldn't it be fun if she could make a special one for the Jones Joy Foundation?
You know what? She might. I'll tell you a story. My friend's, this is just a weird, like, my friend's daughter went to a camp, and the kids, and she wanted to give a gift to all the counselors for the camp. And there were like 15 or 20 counselors, and she wanted a specific design for each one. She made them for each, she made one for each counselor. Now, I think it was, they were each Squeedles, but they were made with all this, like, she matched up the colors of the camp perfectly to the, you know, to the, what the camp was. And she made like all 15 or 20 of them. Now, mind you, it was a pretty affluent, you know, area, and the people, and she could afford to buy all these. And she wanted to keep it for her, and they were beautiful. She does, come on.
I'm putting in the link.
Like, she does do stuff like stuff like that. But she's not a, let me put it this way though, she's not interested in doing like mass production either. She likes keeping her company like small and personal. But on the other hand, she, you know, she does do custom, her thing is custom orders, you know.
Why did they say you didn't get to see? You didn't see what I shared? You people in the chat, you didn't see that? Are you serious?
Come here. Go.
You guys didn't see what I shared? No, you did. You had to have. Did you guys see? Wait.
You know what? Let me show you something. Hold on, Carolyn. Look
you
at this.
You didn't see when you had them on the screen?
Look what I have.
Oh, okay. So is that her? I just gave them the link. everythingsqueedle.etsy.com. It was a blue screen. They didn't see it. That's so weird. Yeah, that they see that, but I don't know why. Hold on a minute. Let me see why they didn't see what I shared. Maybe because I didn't put it on the right screen. No, we disappeared.
Oh.
Oh, when I did that? Okay, well, you've got the link now. Go to that link.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her other, it says suhoberglampwork.etsy.com, beads and critters, and then Squeedles. Yeah, these are both her shop names.
Yeah, Squeedles was it Squeedle? everythingsqueedle.etsy.com. Oh, that's so bad. You were yelling at me, Lisa H? Oh, sorry.
Lisa H yells at people?
She was yelling at me. Yeah, she was like, Carolyn, we can't freaking see. What the heck is wrong with you? Because it was, I guess, a little closer, Lisa Alma said. I think she's trying to be funny.
Oh, really?
No, I know. She's probably not. How is
this? Is this better? How about this? This?
Oh, my gosh. But wouldn't that be something? That would really be something. if they said we could get like a white butterfly on there and a special one for Joan's Joy, and then we could show it, and then we could take orders for it, and we would find something, we would work with her foundation, would get something, right? And then like that would be like a good fundraiser for them. We know like all the Ramblers would be like in line to buy that. But
Yep.
think about how many people would buy that little Squeedle, the special Joan's Joy one. That would be really good. We'll have to talk to her about that.
We'll see. Let's see if we can get her on. And so here's the Lego Squeedle. It's a Lego. Could you see the Lego block? Am I doing it?
Yes. You can see that, right? You guys can see that, right?
Here's the bottom of the Lego. Here's the block, and here's the top.
And the little Squeedle
on top.
Yeah.
Very talented. She's very, very talented. Again, this is a leftover. She made them for a kid, and I don't know why I have it. Maybe I saved it to give to another kid, and I never gave it out, or.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really good if we had a.
But I'm not sure she wants to do. I don't know how much she wants to do, like how much mass production she'd want to do. But she also sent me a Beat of Courage one. I'm going to put this one down and show you guys while it's laying down because it's so tiny. It's hard for me to hold it, but it's the cutest little thing. It's amazing how small she could do this. Look at this one. Just flip this. Look how little it is.
Oh, what does he have? A little cap on? Is that a
No,
bow?
he has a little flower,
Oh,
and it's amazingly small. So if you put it next to like a regular Squeedle, like this is like a regular size Squeedle right here. I would say this is like a regular size Squeedle.
where you got to move him over a little bit. Yeah, right there. Oh, a regular size Squeedle and that. Oh wow, he's a tiny little Squeedle.
Yeah, and this is my small Squeedle that I wear on my necklace, right? Which is pretty small. And then you have the Beads of Courage in the middle, very tiny.
Yeah.
But I got so excited when she told me that she's doing Beads of Courage now, because it means so much to kids. Beads of Courage is an organization that is very important to kids when they're going through procedures and things like that. I don't know. Is anybody familiar with that?
Is anybody familiar with Beads of Courage? Oh, Deborah Ferris said Bead of Courage. I don't know. Do you know? Are you familiar with that, Deborah Ferris? You should have her make you a Squeedle holding a pineapple. Yeah.
Want me to ask her to do that for you, Carolyn?
But I think we should talk to her about just what she thinks about the Joan's Joy Foundation and the white butterfly and see what she says.
We could ask.
Maybe she would like, I don't know, we should talk about what they like. I mean, like, of course, like whatever, price point, but whatever, so that
it would have to be like she would make them as they're needed.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like that, they would put their order in, and then, she'd make something, and the foundation would make something. That would be good.
It's kind of interesting, like, if you look at, like, say, I'll show you this one. I always marvel at the eyes on them, because each one of them has an interesting expression on their face. Now, look at the eyes of this one. I'm casting a shadow. She puts dimension in the eyes. Which really adds to the look of having it have an identity to it. Which I think really, I mean, does everybody know what I mean? It just adds something, I think, to the look of the Squeedle. So like the first time I saw a Squeedle, I just love the look of them. They have a specialness to them, and I think the type of person that she is comes through in her work, because she's such a loving and giving person. If you met her, I've been friends with her for a long time, and I've never met her in person, but we've only talked on the phone. Our friendship is on the phone only, but I think that the way she is comes through in her work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
Loofah, what did Loofah say? What happened to Loofah? Somebody upset you, Loofah, in your real life? Or what? You don't think so? She cries uncontrollably? Who's crying uncontrollably? Why are you crying uncontrollably, Lisa? Kevin, you love them? Yeah. You need to go to
I
bed,
have to
Tanya?
show you
Okay,
something
Tanya.
that I just looked. Oh, I remember what I was going to show you now.
Okay.
In my senile brain, it came back.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right. You're not going to say hi to the rest of us folks, Buckle Bunny? We're not all from Colorado. Thanks, Deborah. What kind of tea are you making? I never made myself tea.
I use it's a high test tea, I call it.
High test? What kind is high test?
It's a PB tips from
Oh, PB tips.
And I use the
Do you put milk in it?
I use soy milk.
Oh.
Only because I just like the flavor of
Jay
it.
Bell said that you're supposed to only put 2% milk in it.
This is
That's how they make it the real English way.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I use this. I don't use tea bags. I
Right.
use it in a strainer.
Mm-hmm.
Jay
Yeah.
Bell said that?
She
Really?
taught me how to make the real tea, yeah. You have to
so
use the
smart.
2% milk, yeah.
Wait a second.
They don't have half and half. Do you know that? And they don't have whole milk.
Where, in Britain?
Right, right.
What am I doing?
Oh, look at that. There's a bat. Is that a bat?
Um,
What is that? Purple and black.
What?
The purple and black thing. No, go around. Turn around. No, other way. You're getting... No, other way. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Oh,
right there, that.
This is one of Gary's blankets. That's Gigi.
Is that a bat?
No, it's a cat. It's
It's a
Gigi
cat.
It's from I think it's Gigi from Totodile.
Oh, I thought it looked like a bat.
It kind of does look like a bat.
I thought it was a bat.
Okay, this is... This is really cool.
It looked like that bag was empty.
It is empty.
Oh, it is.
I use it to carry, like, if I'm bringing, like, sometimes if we're taking a ride in the car and I want to sew or something, I put my sewing stuff in there to take.
Are those white eggs from Walmart?
Yes.
I just saw those. See if I have a good eye.
I'm saving for, like, our next craft night.
Are you going to decoupage them?
I want to, of course.
Yeah. Did you get any of the colored ones?
I didn't get the colored ones because I want to do it myself.
Oh, okay.
Look what you did to me, though. Look what you did.
What?
Look what's over here.
Oh, the junior mints. You see that?
This is all your... You see, there's a lot of things that are all your fault here.
I
This is
know.
all your
I have a
fault.
strong influence on you.
You did.
I do.
I got one for my mom, too, because she loves junior mints.
Right.
She's never tried these junior
Right.
mints.
They're really pretty. You're not going to want to eat them, probably. They're so pretty.
I'm sure. So that's what you did to me. You're destroying my life.
I know. I know.
Okay? And
All
then
right.
you did this to me.
The eggs,
the cart
yeah.
you did to me. You did
The
the
cart.
to
The
me.
cart, yeah.
Yeah, you did that. What else did you do to me? You've done a lot of things to me.
I know. I know.
These flower pots you did to me.
I did those to you, too?
Yeah, you did that to me.
Wow.
Yeah, you did it. It's your fault.
Okay.
Okay? It's all your fault.
I take my responsibility.
Yeah, you did. It's all
Okay.
your fault. Okay. So I just wanted to take this out that Sue made a long time ago for me. This is Julian and Nunu.
Oh, Julian and Nunu? Oh, wow. Julian and Nunu. And what is that, a keychain? Or
Yep.
just a...
Yep.
Yeah.
But I put it on my bag that I carry my crafts in because I don't want it to get beat up.
Right, yeah. Absolutely. Jimmy would drop it and break it all the time because he drops almost
I mean,
everything.
they're pretty resilient because, like, I wear this on my badge at work, and
Mhm.
I'm always banging my badge into things because it's like I'm leaning over the table and it's always hitting things, and
Yeah.
Nothing happens to them, but you know, they're very resilient, but still, I love them so much. The ones I have, I don't want anything to happen to them, so I try
Right.
to take really good care of them. But you can just see her work is so nice, and it's interesting because like if you look at it, you see like Julian's very shiny,
Mm-hmm.
and she made Nunu like more of a matte.
Right, yeah.
And she
He
really
looks like a
puts a
sea
lot of
glass, like
thought.
an orange sea glass almost.
Yeah, because like I think when she's seen them maybe on video or something, he kind of presents himself as more of
I
a
think she thought like Jules was into like bling, maybe a little blingy, and made it a little
maybe. Well,
shiny.
he is very shiny, and
Yeah.
Nunu is kind of more matte looking. So
Mm.
I thought that was kind of interesting that she kind of picked up on that.
Yeah.
I wanted to share this with you, and again, the eyes. I think they really are amazing. The way she brings out like the humanity in things, like
Right.
they come alive almost.
Yeah.
You know. So
You know
anyway,
what my Squeedle reminds me of? The Sesame Street thing where they had that thing and it had like 10 toes and its feet were like that. You remember that thing on Sesame Street?
yeah.
She's
What
got
was the name of
10,
that?
10, 10 little toes, and that's how the toes were. It was all around. Like she looked like a Squeedle, whatever that was. Maybe
Oh yeah.
I'd like to ask her that. Maybe she saw that, like at one time. And imagine if she made the Squeedle off of that thing from Sesame Street.
I can't remember.
Don't you remember she had like
explain to
10
me where
little
she came up
hairs?
with the
Don't you?
concept.
Yeah, the thing had like 10 little hairs and then it had like 10 little toes on her one big foot and they went all the way around like in a circle. It looked like a Squeedle. Does anybody remember that from Sesame Street?
I wish I could look at the chat. I should really look at the chat at the same time, right?
Yeah. Does anybody remember that? Remember that one and she had a hop because she only had, you know what I'm talking about?
I really look gross. I really look like I climbed out of bed on
Oh,
that
come on.
board.
Two Scooter had me come on without even brushing my hair or anything. Come on now.
Look at my hair. It's sticking up over
Yeah,
it.
look
oh
at my hair.
God.
Yeah.
Look at the back of it. Why didn't Carolyn? Why
She
didn't you
had
tell
me
to
come.
comb
Two
my
Scooter
hair?
was like, I want you to come on looking like a wreck. And I'm like, okay, Two
Look at
Scooter.
my hair. It's sticking up like a maniac.
I had to come
Oh
out
my
like,
God.
look at this. Okay? Let's not
See,
go.
I just want to say to everybody, this is how much I love you. Okay? That I would crawl out of my bed and just come on like this. Okay? Is
We
that
know.
proof? Okay.
Right.
And I'm pregnant.
And
Okay?
yeah. And Two Scooter had me come on there without even brushing my hair. And I'm pregnant too.
Look at me. Okay? This is love right here. Okay?
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's right.
If ever you need proof of it, okay, you have it right here. All right, everyone? Okay?
Everyone, right.
Just saying. Just saying.
You remember that vaguely, Jen? Yeah, I'll find out which one it is and I'll post it in the community. I'll find the little snippet from Sesame Street and I'll post it.
There is a story behind the Squeedle, but her story. I don't remember what it is now because it's been years since we talked about it. Because
Right.
let's see, it's 7. Let's see, I'm gonna tell you. Let's see. I keep track of it because
Well,
I know
ask her if she'll come on and talk about the Squeedles. Maybe she'd come on during a craft night too. That would be fun.
She probably would.
And talk to us while we're doing crafts and stuff too.
She probably would. But I know her since 2000. I think around 2012, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like a cup of tea.
look at this hair. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Okay. When you're pregnant, it's hard. Sometimes it goes to hormones.
It does. It must be the hormones. Definitely.
Yeah. Especially, what do they say if you're having a girl or something? It's worse, right?
Maybe it's going to be a girl.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But usually, that's what they always say. They say if you're pregnant for a girl, it takes your looks away or something. That's stupid wives' tale or something.
I know,
right?
that's true.
And if you're pregnant for a boy, you're glowing, like I don't know.
Did you carry differently when you had?
No, I
boys
carried
versus...
the same for all, straight out in front.
Yeah, me too.
Like
well,
a basketball.
I too, but although one was late and one was early, so it was completely different.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Gina was like 2 weeks late, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gary was 5 weeks early, so.
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't
I
have
don't,
any big changes like that, like early or late. Everybody was.
Gary, I don't even feel like I was pregnant that long. It was so fast. Like, it's a big blur.
Yeah.
With her, forget it. It felt like it was never going to end. I said she came out practically conversational.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
She was so
gosh, it's crazy,
really
right?
crazy, right?
Gonna go through it all again, right? Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, see, it's hard. She's 30 now. Listen,
know.
it's hard to start over when you have a 30-year-old.
It is. It is. It is.
You know?
Yeah. How is your son still with that girlfriend? Is he still with his
Yeah.
girlfriend? Yeah.
Yep, it's been a long time.
Oh, has he been with her a long time?
Since 2012.
Oh my gosh! And he's young, right? How old is he?
25.
Wow. Wait a minute. It's 8 years he's been with her?
Yup.
Oh wow, that's crazy. They were high school sweethearts or something?
Yup.
Wow.
They met a few months before he got sick.
Oh wow. Wait a minute. When your son got sick, he was in high school?
He just graduated. He was 18.
Oh, I thought he was a little kid. He wasn't?
No.
Oh, so your son got sick like when mine got sick.
Yup.
Because, yeah, my son was like, he was in his senior year.
Yeah, same age.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why I thought like it was, that it was, he was like 7 or 8. No, okay. Huh.
So what year was that for you?
For me, for my son, it was 20, was it, let me see. 2011, we went on vacation. I came back. So, and then when was it that he was diagnosed? I think it was that summer that he was diagnosed? Yeah, 2011 we started treatment. So yeah, 2011.
Okay, so we were right after you.
Yeah, the summer of 2011.
We were the fall of 2012. November.
Because your son's 25 now, right? Mine's 27.
Right.
Just turned 27, yeah.
We're
Wow.
coming up on the anniversary of his transplant on Saturday.
Oh, wow. And how long's that been?
Here he is with his donor.
Oh, that's his
At her
donor?
wedding.
Oh, wow.
This is at her wedding like almost 2 years ago.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Just happened to have the picture out.
And when did he have the transplant? Oh, how many years you said? 5?
He had the transplant. I always forget the year. He had the transplant in 2013.
And she was just a stranger donor?
Yeah, they found her through Be the Match.
Oh.
So we didn't. If anybody wants to know like the story a little bit, does anybody want to know a little bit about the story?
Does anybody want to know a little bit about the story?
I don't like to bore people.
She doesn't want to bore you. Do you want to know about the story? Let me see. It takes a while. There's a delay in the chat, so we have to wait.
Yeah. I just don't like to bore people.
See, they're still on awe, beautiful. They're still on a reaction to the picture. Absolutely, I do. Yeah, here they come now. Yes.
They're so cute. Everyone's so cute in the chat, isn't it?
Yeah, but if there's such a delay, please do. Yes, please. Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure
Nobody's bored. You chat away. Kazbat. Yes.
They found his mat. He had a lot of matches. He was very fortunate. He's not like an unusual mix of lineage. But they found matches through Be the Match, but we didn't have anything to do with that. We're not privy to knowing any of it.
Oh, okay.
So they do all that stuff behind the scenes. The only thing they tell you is things like, oh, it's a female. She's, I think she was like 28 when she donated. It's a female. She's 28. She's in America. She's your donor. That's it. and then, or they'll say, you have so many matches, and then and then they'll say like they narrowed it down to like the 3 best matches that were all girls, and then they eliminated the other 2, and then they picked 1. That's the kind of thing
Okay.
And then when you get close to the transplant, like he was getting prepared, like pre-transplant chemo and radiation, they tell you like what her schedule of preparation is that she's undergoing at the same time. There's like a schedule that you get for you, and then a schedule you get for her, and you know what she's doing every day in her preparation. So it's kind of a very emotional thing because you realize that this person is going through something for your child, like
Right.
she did it not through like it's a bone marrow transplant, so they're taking her bone marrow from her body. There's 2 ways you can do that. You can do it through the hip bone, from the back of the hip,
Right.
or you can take it through the blood. But in order to take, if the person chooses, they usually leave it up to the donor. They can, if they choose it to go through taking like blood through your vein, like here,
Yeah.
they have to give you injections of something to make you produce cells.
Okay.
So the person has to go through not to mention they have to go through a lot of blood work and testing and everything they have to find out what that person has antibodies to.
Right.
What they've had in their life, every disease they've had, every virus, everything has to be matched up with the donor. They have to be completely compatible, and their HLA typing has to be identical. It has to be a 10 out of a 10 match. Ideally, it has to be.
Right.
Even if you have a 9 out of a 10 match, your risk of rejection is too high. So if you hear somebody's getting a 9 out of a 10 match donor, it's very risky. It's very, very risky. Even like it's not a good thing.
Right.
So I have heard of it, but it's something that's done out of real desperation in the fact that there's nobody else. But anyway, the person's going through this process ahead of time, like they're, producing these cells. They're making marrow. They're putting out marrow. So you receive this schedule of what they're doing. Their preparation is about a week. So you're seeing what they're doing, and then it becomes real. Like you're seeing like, you don't know where the person is in the country, or maybe they're out of the country. If sometimes it's a European donor. You're seeing what they're going through, and you're realizing what their sacrifice is. And it's very emotional.
Oh, I bet.
So, right. So, and then in the meantime, you're watching what your own child is going through, which is nothing short of brutal.
Oh yeah, they got to take him all the way down, right? He's got to be in that like a bubble thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And like, and I'm really not trying to be dramatic. I'm trying to just be honest. They take you as close to death as possible.
Right. Yeah.
They do. And it's kind of like before that process, it was bad. Before the pre transplant chemo and radiation was bad. It was really bad. But we weren't prepared for what that process was going to be. And I was glad that we were prepared. Like academically, we were prepared. We knew what we were in for. Academically,
right.
We were educated, but we didn't know really what it would be like in the physical and emotional sense for him, really.
For him, yeah.
Right, but you don't have a choice, so
right.
we realized like it was an all or nothing.
Yeah.
Thing for him. It had to be like we had to get it right the first time, and we knew that, so we just we had to do it. But anyway, she was going through this process at the same time, and it was kind of a weird feeling because like we had no idea where she was in the country, and we were guessing the family. We had like a donor girl, like we knew she was a girl, so we gave her an identity of donor girl, and we were like all taking a pool of like where is she from, where could she live, what is she like. She wrote him a letter that was like, not identifying, like, I hope happy transplant day, and I hope everything goes well. And it was very nice, and he held on to that. He thought it was like the greatest thing. Like, he couldn't believe she wrote him a letter,
Right.
but in the letter she put y'all in there, y'all.
Oh, so you fit south. She's from the
Right.
south.
So we were like, oh my gosh, she's from Florida,
Florida. So
because we're so
I would
naive.
say,
Like,
I don't know, y'all, I would say South Carolina maybe.
so we're like, oh wait, maybe she's from, South, like, we're like, she could be from
Yeah.
anywhere in the South and everything.
Yeah.
So everybody was like trying to figure out where she was from and everything. And then we were thinking, like, well, she can't be that far, because, like, they're flying the sample into JFK, so
Oh,
how far could it be? We're waiting, they're telling us it's not here yet, we're all waiting. And so it was kind of interesting, but in some
right.
sense really interesting, but on the other hand, like, terrifying at the same time. But anyway, it turns out that she was living in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So she is from the South, but she was at the time living in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Completely opposite side of the country.
Hmm.
And they flew the sample all the way across the country
Wow.
to New York.
And then they just put it in an IV or something?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, it's a syringe, like, about this big.
Yeah.
It's like, one of those big giant jumbos.
Right.
And they count every single cell that they gave him. They knew exactly how many cells they were giving him. And they gave him half and saved the other half in case it's failed. Because they're always prepared for any, like, eventuality. It's very interesting,
Yeah.
It was just really fascinating in a way, And it was a T-cell depleted transplant, because we decided to go for that one because it had the least chance of rejection.
Uh-huh.
And she also donated her T-cells, though, in case he needed them.
Oh, okay.
In an emergency situation, that he could be saved with her T-cells. So that was good that we knew that they were there. So she went the whole gamut for him,
Wow. That's nice.
So and then it was a matter of time of waiting to see if they would take, and if they would if the bone marrow. What the bone marrow does is what they do is, before the transplant, they wipe out every single cell that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Every single blood producing bone marrow cell in your body.
Right.
There can't be anything left. None of it.
Okay.
So your blood making factory is gone. Everything.
Right.
You can't make your own blood. You're not
No.
making any of it, right? So when the donor cells go in, they find their way into the bone. They adhere to the bone, they engraft into the bone, and then they start making her blood, the other person's blood.
Huh.
So once they do that, once they engraft, they start making the blood, then the body has to accept them. And then, so what they do is they monitor the person to see if they're engrafting, and then they're making donor blood. Now, for him, very quickly, her cells were engrafted and making blood very fast. So
he was getting better right away?
What?
He got stronger right away?
No.
No.
Even though her stem cells were making blood fast, and that was a good sign, his body was so, like, destroyed. He needed so much support to recover. So it took him, like, he was in the hospital for like 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And then we lived at the Ronald McDonald House for like another 6 months, close to the hospital. And because he didn't have any T cells for all that time, and then he was susceptible to infection. So we did have a couple of close calls after that because of infection. So it was a very rocky road after that.
Wow.
So, even after you can get, like, I guess the point is, even after you get this process done
Uh-huh.
and it's working and you're making blood, you're so at risk that it takes such a long time to really be out of the woods.
So how long did
So
it take till he got back to where, like, he could get out of the hospital? It took 2.5 months?
he got out of the hospital in 2 months, and we lived at the Ronald McDonald House for another 6 months, almost six. Then we came home, and he caught RSV.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he got really sick when he got home, and he was in the hospital again, and then he was sick for like, I think he was out of the hospital in like a week, but he took him like, I don't know, like 8 months to get better from that,
Yeah.
because it caused like a pneumonia.
Yeah, wow.
So it was a long, like, so I tell people, if you're going for a bone marrow transplant, don't expect for the person to really be like a regular person
Mm-hmm.
for like 2 years.
Oh, wow. See, on TV, they make it look like they put that stuff in there, and, like, a week later, you're, like, doing cartwheels.
Yeah, no, and everybody's different, but from my experience with other parents
Mm-hmm.
and kids of like all different ages and young adults too, it's not easy at all. It's just not it. And other people, like, because like, even the doctors, what they would say, like, I mean, he went like, at a certain point, he didn't even wake up for like a month. When he was in the hospital, there was like a whole month he barely even opened his eyes. He was so sick and so out of it after the transplant,
After. Oh.
and didn't even eat for a month.
And were you thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, he's not going to come out of this? Did you ever think that? Like, it didn't work the way it should?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The only thing that made me think otherwise is the doctors telling me, like, it's working. It is working. And like, his ANCs kept going up.
Mm-hmm.
His blood counts were going up. But
Yeah.
it was, and I think also because he was in that bubble
Yeah.
of care all the time. And like, when we were living at the Ronald McDonald House, we lived in, it's in the city. It's like, you're living in an apartment in the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah.
But you can't mingle. He couldn't mingle with anybody in the house.
No.
He had to stay in the room. Now they have bone marrow transplant suites there where everything's in the room, like your washing machine, your dryer, your kitchen, is everything there. So the person could stay in isolation there. But at the time they didn't have that. So I would have to do everything and bring everything to him. Like, he couldn't even eat the food at the Ronald because it wasn't clean enough. So it was still difficult, even though we were in a place that was supposed to be like clean. It was not that it was dirty, but like, nothing was clean enough when you're like that. He had no T cells.
Yeah.
So, he got out. He had no T. He still had no T cells. He didn't have enough T cells for, like, he got sick when we got home, and that was 6 months, 8 months later. So, it takes a long time to get those back. But now they have suites there. But all I did was clean, wash sheets, clean.
Right.
Clean,
Yeah.
constantly clean. It was like over and over and over and over again, like ridiculousness. So I think, in a good sense, it kept me busy, that I was just so focused on just keeping him
Mm-hmm.
going.
Right.
And I almost didn't have time to really think as much as I would have if I wasn't like that.
Sure. Yeah. And the doctors come there to the Ronald McDonald House?
No, we were very close to the hospital. We would just go there, like.
But I mean, for him to go back that time, he was okay to do that when he got out. To go.
Yeah, we would just. They have a van that would take you there.
Oh, okay.
And like, he would wear a mask everywhere. And then when he was like in real trouble, it was like, well, one time we went by ambulance back.
Wow.
And then another time he was in very bad trouble. He was septic, and we should have gotten an ambulance, but I just got him there by cab.
Mm-hmm.
I just ran outside the house and grabbed a cab and got him there, because we were like, we could walk. If he was up to it, we could just walk right down the block. But at that time we couldn't. So I just somehow dragged him there, like, found the cab got him there really fast, you know, like, but, you know, it's not an easy road, really, but, you know, I don't know, maybe there are some people that went through it and didn't go through.
And maybe it was just a Lifetime movie or something that I was watching, and you know they just like put it through, and then you know it's probably not real. You know what I'm saying?
I know somebody else. I know somebody is a very, very close friend of mine who went through one. He's in his 70s,
Oh yeah.
and he went through a very similar experience, you know, to Gary. Almost the identical, although he went into cardiac arrest at one point, and he's fine now, but, you know, I don't know, even sometimes, like, some of the little kids, like, we would think that sometimes they're more resilient,
Yeah.
you know? There was one person I knew whose kid went through it and went home pretty fast. And it was, like, pretty surprising that they were able to get through it and get home pretty fast.
Right.
But, you know, I guess everybody is different. Everybody's situation is different.
Yeah. Yeah. Rhonda,
But-
yes, my 27-year-old. She thought it was one of the younger ones. Yeah, so that's a great story. I didn't know he was that old. I thought he was really little when that happened. Okay. So
what was your son's experience like, if you don't mind me asking?
well, he had the Hodgkin's lymphoma, so he was just like, I was picking him up. We were coming back from school like one day, you know, and he was just going like this, like, and touching his neck, and he goes, I just want to go to the doctor. I have this like lump in my neck, and you know, I'm like, oh, that's a gland, right? That's what I'm like, that's a gland, right? And we went from like, but I took him. And we went to the ear, nose, and throat, and she was like, oh, that's a gland. She's like, here, it's probably, you know, give me 2 weeks of antibiotics or something. And she's like, and it went down. See, it fooled everybody. So it went down, and she says, oh, cancer doesn't do that. And then, but it was like, I don't know why. She just said, oh, I just want to do a CAT scan. And then she's like, I remember she took me outside, and she said, Carolyn, cancer doesn't look like this. He doesn't have cancer.
Oh, because you were asking, like, what's going on?
Yeah, because, like, it was like she kept making us come back. It wasn't just like, oh, because then it would come back. And then, like, Jimmy brought it one day because, like, the little kids were pretty little then. They were like 4 and 2. And then, you know, we kept going back and forth, back and forth. She said, you know, I probably really want to take it out, but I'm so afraid that it's so close to the facial nerves that he'll end up looking like Sylvester Stallone. So I don't want to do that. Well, she didn't want to do it. So I took him. She said, go for another.
Without a workup?
Yeah, go for another opinion. And then meanwhile, this was like 2.5 months we were with her, okay? So we go to another ear, nose, and throat for second opinion. And that lady runs every test in the book down to cat scratch fever, right? To see what it could be.
Good.
And she says 100% doesn't seem like, you know, oh my gosh, cancer, no. Right? So then she says, you know what? Let's just do a fine needle biopsy. Okay. Fine needle biopsy comes back. She says, it's fine. Well, you know what? She says, why don't we just take it out? And then she was worried too about the facial nerves. But I'll never forget, it was like right before his high school graduation. And she said to me, like, the surgery was going to take an hour or something. And they were in there a long time. But she sent somebody out, and she says, oh, don't worry about it. It's just that it's close to nerves, and she wants to make sure, you know, it's more delicate surgery. But it's nothing. She came out, and she sat with me after, and she's like, oh, yeah, we sent it off to pathology, but it doesn't look suspicious at all. She said,
God.
yeah, she goes, she's like, just, you know, I'm just worried about his mouth a little bit, you know. So I'm like, okay. And then, you know, for the first time, like, they had told me that so much. Like, my aunt, my 94-year-old aunt, who was then probably like 89, she was a nurse, she kept saying, did you get Michael's biopsy back? And I said, no, but yeah, no news is good news. They basically told me that they just sent it to pathology because it's, you know, protocol, but they think it's fine, right? And then Jimmy woke me up one morning just like this. Carolyn, it's the surgeon. Michael's has Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's how he woke me up. Right? I'm like, what did you say? Right? You know. So then I don't know. I talked to the surgeon, and he said the surgeon, her mind is blown. She said, I can't believe it, but she got us in with like the best oncologist that afternoon. that
Good.
afternoon. And then they told us, like, the oncologist, right when I saw him, he said, first of all, Hodgkin's is like the most curable cancer, number one. Number two, you don't even register. Like, he wasn't even like a 1, 2. He didn't even like register so early. That's why they couldn't
Thank
get
God.
it.
Thank
And
God.
and then he said, and then out of like Hodgkin's, like there's different. He says you have the best one, whatever. He said right now you
Thank
don't
God.
warrant any additional treatment. They did a PET scan, and they said the only place in his body was the scar, and that was the scar tissue. But I said to the oncologist, what would you recommend? And he said, prophylactically, I would do 17 days of radiation right on the spot. And he did. And so he did the 17 days of radiation. And my son just saw him on the 5th or something.
Thank
So,
God.
yeah, he's a great doctor and everything. And I mean, the only thing like they were worried about, like when he was getting his wisdom teeth pulled, but now they had to find out how much radiation he had, because that could cause problems when they take your teeth out. Your jaw, could not heal. But he said he was okay. The amount of radiation they had, but they have to tell the dentist there's things like that you don't maybe think of when you're going through it, right? But yeah. So
That's it. Thank God they found it so early and everything. But
and being that we had all those stops and starts, because we spent about like 5 months between the two ear, nose, and throats going back and forth before they operated.
Wow.
Yeah, because it
Thank
started
God.
like in January, right? And his operation was like in June. And we started the radiation like in July. Yeah.
Did he have to go for like individual, like one session a day?
Oh, yeah. And we had to go to Middletown. You know where we met you?
Oh, you went to Middletown?
I had to drive there. And radiation, right? It's like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go there, you go in, and then he's right out. And then, then that's it. And then, but it's every day. Like, you don't go on the weekend, but it's, every weekday.
Did he get tired from the radiation? Because Gary was, he found the main side effect was fatigue for him.
Yeah, I think he was, but he I don't know, there used to be a rail, when you'd go into the radiation thing, and I remember at the end, he used to jump over it. And I think he just pushed himself to, and then I remember when we would go in there, one of the ladies behind the desk came over to me because she said, every time your son comes in, our hearts go in our throat because we have kids that age. And she's like, and we're just thinking, and she came to me to find out what it was. And I said, because they're because they don't know. And I said, it's Hodgkin's, and they felt so much better for me telling them that, because they said every time he came in, they just said it would just, but like you would see any kid go in there, right? Especially there weren't very little kids, not in that type of the outpatient radiation that we went in. So he was the youngest that ever came in there, like a teenager, and so he looked probably younger, probably 16, and so they were like, oh my gosh. And then so she came over to me one time, and I told her, and she felt better, she's like, oh, this is prophylactic, okay, because they're thinking oh my gosh, I hope this kid isn't dying,
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. So, I'm like, no. And then she's like, oh, he's such a joy to have back there. And she's like, I'm always telling him, he should meet my daughter. And so, yeah, it's funny. Yeah. So, but,
it's interesting. The young ones make a very big impact, in that world.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They really impact people. I've had people tell me, people that were in our lives then, I still see them, I volunteer in one of the hospitals, and I still see some of those people. And I'll say, you guys meant so much to us, all of us. And you made such a big difference. And they'll say things to me like, well, he made more of a difference to me, in my life. He showed me the way he was amazing. And I learned more just from seeing the way he was.
Right. Yeah.
You don't think of that when you're going through that.
No.
The biggest thing that I saw with every kid that I ever met in this whole thing which was very many, too many,
Yeah.
is that they never think of themselves.
Right.
They always think of the other kid, you know.
Right. Yeah. See, and I think, yeah.
Never think of themselves. It's the most, and even the youngest of children will always think of, you know, if they hear another kid cry, what's going on? Are they okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's, yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see that in a child, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very inspiring, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It's hard, but yeah, I mean, and the only thing, like, you know, I think I was on autopilot that whole time. And I'll tell you,
Absolutely. There's a big factor of being in auto overdrive, really.
yeah, yeah. And I think,
really
like,
is.
he was like, I think when he would jump over those rails and stuff, he would do that for me. Like,
He did.
yeah,
I
you
was
know?
just gonna say that. He did that. He didn't want you to worry.
Right. Like, I'm okay. Because I probably was always asking him, like, you okay? You feel okay? It's supposed to make you tired. You feel tired? He's like, no, look, I don't feel tired. Look, I'm jumping over this thing still.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah. So.
Absolutely. They do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting now that you mention that, because I think, are we boring people?
No, I don't think so. No,
Right.
no.
No, I think that your kids, especially in a stressful situation like that, no matter how old they are, they study you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
we used a lot of humor, like, you know, I mean, like when we were going, when we were going down.
That's all he did was joke. My son, all he did was joke around,
right?
No matter what was happening.
Yeah, because going
he made
down,
jokes about it.
The good Hodgkins, like you know how there was a Curb Your Enthusiasm, and the guy died, and one of them go, how could he die? He had the good Hodgkins, right? So when we were going down to the hospital, I said, Michael, I think you have the good Hodgkins. They're going to tell it's the good Hodgkins, and because we both watched that show, and he was laughing, you know, and then, you know, and it was a really sunny day. I remember, I'm like, it's such a sunny day. This is not, you know, this is not a day that you're going to get good news or whatever. Like, you know, it's just like we made a lot of jokes in the car. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, that's how we got. And the only time, I'll tell you, went all through that, and we had the greatest doctors, right? And then he went for a follow-up PET scan after he finished his radiation, and then, like, they wait like 2 or 3 months and they do a PET scan. Well, there was another radiation oncologist, and I called for the results, and it wasn't ours, right? And he didn't know my son. And he goes something like, there's something coming up on the something. I'm like, what? And then, like, he couldn't even explain it to me. And I was like, and I just lost it, because it was like the first time I was like, my son had cancer. And I thought he was telling me, like, it's too bad it's come back. When the radiation oncologist that we have found out, he said, Carolyn, how many times have I given you my cell phone? Because they'll talk to you even from vacation. Like that.
They are fantastic.
Yeah. And like I said, his regular oncologist would call us back immediately.
Yes.
And this is like, and this guy, like, I couldn't even understand him. And what it was is he didn't understand. And they knew where he was operated on, and it always shows the scar tissue, so it lights up there, but they know it's from the scar tissue.
Right.
This guy didn't know, so he's just looking at this thing, and he's trying to say that there's something there in his neck, but he didn't know how to say it to me. And I remember flipping out, and like I was like, what? You know, and then his other oncologist, you know, the radiation oncologist said, take my cell number, do not ever talk to any other doctor in this place. And, you know, they explained it to me, like, but I think it was like, I don't know if it was at night or something, like, until I got that. And they said, don't ever wait, you know, like that long, or ever, you know, go through that. But yeah, that was like the time that I really got scared, because I said, oh my gosh, for the first time, like, it's hit me that he had cancer, because they, you know, and now, now what happened? Now is it coming back? Now is he, and it was just, oh my gosh. But,
you know, because, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be dramatic, because I'm not really a dramatic person, even though the whole situation was drama filled.
Oh yeah.
Every single day was drama filled. It's just the way it was. But, like, it, you know, in any situation, if you don't find the humor in things, you'll lose your mind.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have to tell you, we laughed like crazy.
You'll laugh or you'll cry, right? You'll laugh or you'll cry, and it's better to laugh than cry.
It's true. And like most of the time, it was because my son was cracking us up the whole time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if he wasn't like out of it over
Right.
something, he was making a joke and
Yeah.
he was funny.
Yeah.
And like, that's what the biggest thing that was, and he would play, like, if he was up to it, his room, like, he was in the hospital most, like, he wasn't one of these people that was able to go home a lot. So he
Mm-hmm.
was in the hospital, like, almost straight through. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
had 2 days for Christmas and then I think 5 days pre-transplant. The rest of it was all inpatient. So his room was like filled with his guitars, his ukulele, everything. When he was up to it, he'd play music.
Mm-hmm.
His room was always filled, and his friends would come and play music with him, and the room was filled with kids and video games, and it was just an active, happy place when things weren't drama filled.
Right. Yeah.
But the jokes, I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he kept everybody laugh. He was the one that made everybody laugh the most.
Yeah,
It was
no.
ridiculous. But you know what? It was good. It was
Oh, yeah.
it was like I always said, like, that was the best medicine, like the music, the jokes, the friends,
Yeah.
the kids that came.
Yeah.
It was hysterical.
Yeah.
One time they all showed up with blue hair because he wanted to, like, before he started treatment, he wanted to color his hair blue.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, I want to do like leukemia before," and then it was too late. He lost his hair so fast.
Oh,
So all
yeah.
of his friends, they colored their hair blue and showed up at the hospital with
Oh,
blue
wow.
hair, like just silly stuff.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But like the funniest thing, like one day, he didn't have any hair at all, and he had to go for some like test, I forget, and they gave him like this really weird robe to wear. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a gown; it looked sort of like a karate thing.
Yeah.
And he starts posing like a samurai and everything. We were dying.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I
We were just
understand. Yeah.
dying. I mean, it was constantly like that, and it's like it would just breathe life right back into you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And our whole family is just kind of crazy like that. So I guess it's good, like
Yeah. You have to. Yeah. I think it's important. Like it's funny because our oncologist would say after you go for like a few PET scans when you're done with treatment, he said at that point, and they're coming back good, he would not advise me to keep getting them done because given the type of cancer he had, given the cure rate, given that they got it out with an operation and this is exactly what he said, they blasted his neck for 17 days, that after a while you're putting him through not only like, whatever, it's procedures, radiation, whatever, to look at these scans or CAT scans, and you might get false positives, he said, and that's going to drive you crazy. He's like, after a while, then you make the point that we do the yearly check and we don't do the scan all the time. That's what they do with Hodgkin's, right?
Yes.
With this type of Hodgkin's.
That makes sense.
So I said, yeah. So I'm like, Mike, are you okay with that? Like, is that, I want that, you okay with that? And he goes like this, yeah, I'll roll the dice. And he's sitting there and I'm just like, what? You rolled it? He's like, yeah, I'm okay with rolling the dice.
Hysterical.
Right? Yeah. So I'm just like,
see, he would totally say that.
Right, yeah.
And like,
yeah.
You never know what's going to come out of his mouth, and you kind of almost wait for it, and then you're on the floor dying.
Right.
It's
And I'm
hysterical.
like, yeah, because I was like, you sure? Because like, I didn't want to make any decisions for him. I wanted, I asked the doctor, and I would always ask the doctor, what would you do if it was your son? And I trusted him. And he always said, I would do this, and I did whatever he told me. And he always led me the right way. And he's like the greatest, unbelievable oncologist.
These are people, I don't know how. I'm just going to kind of put this out there, and I don't know how. Now, I know everybody's listening, right? And I don't know how other people feel about this, but I'm going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe this with everything that I have, okay?
Yeah.
There's people that put out there that they don't believe that doctors really want to cure cancer.
Mm-hmm.
That somehow there's this miraculous cure out there that they're holding back on because they don't really want to cure it because Big Pharma wants to keep people sick so they can make money.
Right.
But I have never seen people fight so hard to save people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And keep people here in my life. And I know, and I even know personally researchers that work in the field of young go-getting young people that work in the field that are close to families that work so hard to cure like neuroblastoma and all
Yeah.
these like killers of kids. And I just don't believe that. These are people that really devote their lives, and they're brilliant people. And I think it's an insult to them to say to them, to really, because if you really think about it, if you're saying that these people go to work every day for nothing. They're just going there and making believe that they want to cure people.
Yeah,
And they're
well
just,
then,
it's a big
when they have their
facade.
own family members, that's the thing. Like, do you think they'd hold that back on their own family members, right?
I just don't believe that. I mean, they fight with every last breath that they have.
See,
Like,
I
I've
think
seen
what
that.
people are saying is like it's not them that have it, that it's like someone else that has it, and
Well, who is that person?
and
Like,
that
is
they're
it-
not
is it
they're
like-
not they're not letting it out, and if they let it out, they get killed. That's the conspiracy stuff that I've heard.
I don't believe. Maybe I'm naive, but I just don't see that.
Yeah,
I just don't see it that could be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a thing. Because there's too many layers of people, that are working so hard to make sure that everything, research advancement in the field of immunotherapies that are really making a difference. And
right, and they are, and they're doing the
trials
clinical
that are going on are just they're just exploding, and especially in the private funding areas, and all these foundations that fund them. I mean, it's just incredible. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and they are
what's
making
going
strides,
on.
and they are, curious. So I think it's just, they're there, and those doctors are working very hard.
And you know what, too? Like, the people that allow themselves to be in trials. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, when Gary was diagnosed, there was like, in the very beginning, it's kind of crazy because, like, he was sick. We thought he had mono because his girlfriend had mono. He went to the doctor. He got diagnosed, and they told us that a month before this, he would have been tested, and he didn't have it. It comes so fast. People get it so fast that it's like it just happens literally, like, not overnight, but very quickly. People get this, right?
And he was just what were his he was tired?
Well, he had bone pain, and because there was so many leukemic cells in his bones, they were pressing from the inside out on his bones. He didn't tell us, though. He was raking the leaves with his dad the week before. His feet hurt, the bones in his feet, his chest, like his ribs. And then he started feeling sick. His gums were bleeding when he brushed his teeth, but he didn't say anything. This was a week before he really got sick. Then he just was becoming, like, really exhausted and just feeling unwell, like he couldn't carry his body. So I was at work, and he was just in his first semester at school, and my mom drove him for me because I had to go to work. She drove him to school, which is local to us. And I said to him, just skip the first class. He only had 2 classes. I said, skip the first one and sleep in, so you get some extra sleep. I thought he was just tired. And I said, Grandma will take you and wait in front of the building. Just have to go in the building and come out, and then you'll probably be fine, and then if you're not, let me know. So she calls me up, and she says, she goes, something's not right with the boy. We call him the boy. And you need to come home. Now, automatically I knew something was wrong because my mother is not like that.
Right, yeah.
She's not an alarmist at all. And she knows him, like, inside and out. I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, he barely could walk from the building to the car, and I was parked right in front of the building. And there's something definitely wrong with him. So you need to come home now. Now, I didn't at the time work close to home. I had a very long commute.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll be right home. So for some reason, instead of going to the pediatrician, I took him to the walk-in place
Mm-hmm.
Which is really good by us. This walk-in place, it's like going to an ER.
Right. Yeah.
And I took him to the walk-in place, and it was a female doctor there. And we told her the whole thing, and I said, he's really not right. She told him all his complaints. He didn't look right. He didn't look good. And I said, my mother told me to come home from work, and she never does that. And she has like a feeling, it's like an intuition that like something's not right. And his girlfriend had mono, and I think that might be what he has. She goes, okay, we'll definitely do blood work, whatever. So she orders the blood work, and I'm thinking, my feeling is something's definitely wrong. So I bring him home, and he's in bed, and I go to work the next day, and I tell him I'm going to just go in. I had a meeting or something in the morning, and I said I'm going to come right home after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the meeting, and I get a call, and they tell me he has to go right to the hospital. They found something in the blood work. He needs to go right away. And the second they told me that, I knew it was cancer. I just knew it. I just had a feeling that's what it was. And then I flew out of there, and my husband was in Florida. He was away. And that's how we found out. But my point of this story is that it happened so fast, right? So he's in the hospital. He gets diagnosed right away. And within a few days, they're testing him for a high-risk gene. Not a gene that he carries, but a gene that this type of cancer could mutate into. And they said, this makes this, if this cancer mutated, it would be a higher risk category.
Mm-hmm.
And then his treatment would change. That's all they said. And I said to Big Gary, I'm like, now, meanwhile, my son didn't know this was a discussion because, there's certain things, you don't have to discuss every single aspect of everything,
Right.
I said to Gary, it's only been like 3 days. How could this he started complaining of bone pain like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, he's had this a week.
Yeah.
How could it mutate that fast? Well, it came back positive. In only that short time, he had his cancer mutated into the high risk category. In 1 week. Okay. Now I'm terrified. I'm like, okay. This puts us in a whole different category. So they tell us he's going to need a bone marrow transplant, and he's going to need, he's going to probably need pre-transplant radiation. Okay. So they said to us, well, now I'm thinking, well, if it's a high risk category, what's going to be the treatment? Like, is there a treatment? Because we had 2 oncologists. One was a gloom and doom that was telling us the way he told Gary he had this was horrible. And he's like walking in the room telling us this horrible news in the worst way possible you could tell somebody, making us think there's no hope.
Wow.
So Gary and I, like, for the first time, we're like, oh God, and then Gina's, my daughter's on her way, and like, now what are we going to do with the kids? We're distraught. We're absolutely losing our minds.
Right.
So like, the first oncologist leaves, and then the next one comes in. Now she's like my daughter's age, like she's young. She comes in, and I was like, I don't know if you found out Gary has this mutation, in his cancer, She goes, yeah, I know. I said, well, what's going to happen now? She goes, well, we know now he's going to need to go for this extra thing, he's going to have to do that. There's no question about it. And we have to up the ante with this. We're going to have to take a much more aggressive stance on this. That's no question about it. She goes, but we have to, because of this gene, we have to add another chemotherapy drug. And I said, okay, the other ones is so bad. Like, what's this one going to be like? She goes, well, it's an oral chemo. He's going to have to take it every single day. He's never going to get off of it. The other ones will be on and off, but this one he has to be on the whole time. I go, that's it? She goes, yeah. That's the one that he has to be added on. It's an oral. There was like, I think 3 other ones or 4 other ones. This will be the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I go, that's it? She goes, yeah. I was like, really? That's all? That's the only difference in the treatment? She goes, yeah. I said, well, my husband and I are like, we're a mess over this. She goes, listen, she goes, I know other kids who have had this. They go through this, they get treated, and they go on to live a full and healthy life.
Mm-hmm.
Gary is going to do the same thing. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's what's going to happen right now. And I looked at her and I go, yes, you're right. That's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, I never forgot those words, and I kept it. And I walked out of the room, and the words she said just energized me. And but my point of the matter is, I read up about that oral chemo that they added.
Mm-hmm.
It never used to exist. But people put their kids in trials for that medicine.
Oh,
that he never had a side effect from. He was on it every day for that whole period of time. He was lucky, he never got a side effect of that one chemo. Never, not even one day. If that wasn't on that protocol, he would not be here. Because that is a deadly, deadly, deadly mutation. Mm-hmm. So that one simple addition that isn't really that simple wouldn't be here if people didn't put their kids in trials.
Right.
And there wasn't research. So really, it's the people that allow themselves to be studied. Mm-hmm. That's why their kids are still here. And it was a drug that was like, I mean, I get emotional thinking about it. It was just an oral chemo that, thank God he could tolerate. But like, it made the difference. Yeah. Like, if that wasn't here, he wouldn't have made it to transplant. So there's a lot of people that do the right thing for this to happen. So, I can't believe that there's not people that want to make people better and live. It's the researchers, I just can't buy that. Not from what I've seen. How hard people work to keep kids here and adults.
Yeah, I think definitely the doctors that are working, like I know, they don't have some cure that they're holding out on the ones that are, they're very, especially with children, very emotionally invested in it. And then, like I said, you can see it when someone in their own family gets cancer. We have a doctor here on the lake, and he's an orthopedic surgeon, but his wife kept telling him something about her breast, and he kept saying, no, nothing's wrong with it. Well, by the time they found out, it was through like 22 lymph nodes. Like, she was like, really? We thought she was going to die. I remember seeing her, and she's now, it's like past 25 years past. She's fine. They're fine.
Oh, God bless.
You see what I'm saying? And my sister-in-law, the same thing. My sister-in-law, 37 years old, was given a 50-50 chance with breast cancer. It was in lymph nodes and stuff like that. And she went to Houston to be treated, and she's here now. It's almost 30 years afterwards. So, I think that they are working hard. I don't think any of them would be holding out, because this doctor over here was crushed like crazy when he found out what his wife had and where she was, because he felt like he killed her by telling her that it was nothing.
He felt responsible.
Yeah. And then you know what he did? He saved someone's life down here at the post office. She said, my back hurts, Doc. And, he was from Long Island, right? So they come up and down, they have a house. And then he just said to her, what are you going to the doctors up here and they're telling you it's your back? Yeah. And I don't know, he noticed something about it. And he said, Linda, you got to go here, there, whatever. And she had bone cancer. And he saved her life. God. He saved her life.
I tell you, that's a tough cancer to beat.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of kids with that.
Yep. She's had some recurrences, but she keeps fighting. I mean, that's been a long time too. Yeah. I mean, it's just
very, very long treatment for that. Very long. Yeah. And very tough to beat. But, there's a lot of, I guess if I really wanted to, there's so many things I could say and so many experiences I have that, it's just amazing, like the people that are out there, and there's a couple of duds, that you meet along the way that don't say the right thing.
Have no bedside manner. Yeah. If you have to,
not everything's perfect, and, not everyone was perfect, but, what you see along the way really opens your eyes to a lot of things. Like my belief system has changed a lot from my experiences, being directly experiencing different things.
Yeah.
But and these people that are in this field, I mean, the oncology field, they're geniuses.
Yeah.
They're
And
just,
they really care, like, and it's so funny. That's like when you can't take a doctor, like you take a doctor, like say maybe just like an internist or whatever. You said back, like, and they get so they really don't really sometimes care much about the patients, right? And you say these oncologists that have all of this going on, right? And they've got all these high patient loads, but they're so personally invested in their
Yes.
patients, right? Even
Yeah.
and it's incredible because they have so much more going on than just say just a regular internist that's doesn't do anything. He goes off, he's done from the office. Well, I'm not on call, right? But these other ones, they're, like I said, they're call my cell phone. Like I'm just saying, this one oncologist that call us immediately. Like he never did I hear from a nurse. We heard from him. And,
Yep.
He used to remember things about like everything that,
They do remember.
Yeah.
They do.
And they're just a different kind of
Incredible.
person that goes into that practice.
And they sort of, I mean, even now, like if I have an issue that I'm worried about with him, with Gary,
Yeah.
and I emailed his oncologist,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, within, I don't know, maybe an hour, 2 hours, she's answering me right away.
Yeah.
And she doesn't see him anymore. He goes to long-term follow-up now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, I'm not happy with that in a way. Or although, let me put it this way, I haven't been, because when you go to long-term follow-up, you're going to a person who wasn't there. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
I hope I meet you one day.
Okay. Who are?
That's Lisa, who I went to dinner with J-Bells with, and her husband.
Hi.
How are you, Jimmy?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
You can't.
Pretty good.
See your head.
Oh, you can't see my head.
No.
Oh, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too.
You healed up pretty good from the fall?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it wasn't
Good,
bad.
His head's healed.
But
That
got a
was
hard
just
head.
scary.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I guess
I'm sorry I laughed.
Huh?
He's sorry
Oh,
you left.
Please, it was funny. I was trying to do something funny, and it worked out a little bit too good,
It was a little scary, but
Yeah.
I felt so bad that I laughed. But I really
No,
did. But
please
you
don't.
went down hard, man.
That was boom, boom. But I haven't fell down the steps, I think, since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And it made me think I better watch out, Better be careful.
Yep. I fell down the stairs once when we first moved in the house.
But usually
And
you
ever since-
slide. Did you fall? Did you tumble or did you slide? Like, I've
tumbled.
slid. Oh, you tumbled?
I think he tumbled. If I had to evaluate, I would say tumble.
Oh,
What
he
would the chat-
tumbled.
What would everybody say in the chat?
Oh,
Tumble?
Jimmy tumbled, but I'm saying like when you fell down the
tumbled.
stairs.
Oh no, I tumbled.
You tumbled too? See, when I fell down the stairs, like I kind of slid, like, you know what I mean? Like lost your footing and I like slid
Oh,
back,
there is a
like did one of
slide.
those.
There's
Yeah, and I
There's
was
a difference
pregnant
between
once,
slide and the tumble.
yeah.
Oh, you felt pregnant?
Yeah, but not that bad, like.
Because you did the slide.
But the one time I did fall pregnant, I always fell during the pregnancy. One time, I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter at the very end, and we had a bi-level, right? You know what that is? So at the time, so you walked into the landing, you had to up and down, right? So it's half a flight of stairs, right? But there was a
Yeah.
tile floor on the bottom. And I was like a nutcase, because she was my first one. So my mother had come to the house and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "You're not going to do any more wash or anything tonight, are you?" And I said, "No." But as soon as she left, I started like throwing in, "Oh, I'm going to do those rugs and I'm going to do this and that," right? So I was going down with a laundry basket.
Oh,
And I
no.
lost my footing at the top, and I swear to you, I just went, it felt like, boom, right on my stomach, right on the tile floor. I called the
Oh my
obstetrician, and he said, "Carolyn, are you bleeding? No. Are you water broken? No." He goes, "Well, that baby's well protected, but you know what? The only thing that it's going to do is put you into labor, and you're 9 months. You're ready. You're due." So, and then I didn't even go into labor from that. I
Wow.
didn't. No. No.
Maybe you were hoping you would.
And I was already 5 centimeters dilated too, and I still didn't go into labor from that. But I remember
Unbelievable.
I just went like this, wham, right on my, and I just landed right on my belly.
Wow.
And I think I just went like, I don't know, maybe I hit like something on the way, but I definitely didn't tumble. I just kind of like lost my foot and just went straight down. Face first, like, but
That's
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did I tell you that I fell down the escalator at Penn Station maybe a year and a half ago? That was really embarrassing.
I think you told me, because that's when I told you my father saved a nun on the
Oh,
escalator,
yeah.
right?
Your father what?
Saved a nun that got her habit caught in the escalator at
Oh
this.
my God.
Yeah, when I was getting my first Cabbage Patch Kid at this exclusive store in Clifton, New Jersey. Oh my gosh, my dad was like, we're like, Dad, why didn't you come up here? You know, and he's like, I just saved a nun on the escalator, and it was like it was a thin escalator because it was like kind of like a boutique store, so it was like a little thin escalator, and yeah, it was just I don't know, so it got caught, and she was going back, and my father had to like I don't know, and he came up there, he's like all white, and he's like, I saved the nun, so that was good, right? You know,
Wow.
but she's like, yeah, and he's yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, by the way, I love the doll find.
Oh yeah, the doll find. You didn't even see the other one I got.
Oh,
So
she's,
cute.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
What other one? I'm missing some stuff.
I
and
know. I
watched
got
it
a
on replay.
Lee Middleton one. It's so cute. I've got to take a video of him. So cute. Oh, bye. I love you. You going? Here, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. You're all ready to go. Ethan's going to school. Look at this. This is crazy, right?
Let me see. Is he
Here,
handsome?
say
Let me
hi.
see how cute he is.
Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Here, bend down a little bit.
Hi, Ethan.
Hello. I love you.
Have a
Bye.
good day at school.
Have a good day and study for that science. Keep studying what we
He's
taught.
so handsome.
Oh, we went through studying like crazy. Remember the ribosomes, the chromosomes,
that's
the
tough.
genes on the
DNA
DNA, the
stuff
DNA
and
unzips. Remember
Neckbone.
that? Unzips. Study your stuff on the way to school in the
that's
bus.
That's the cell organisms,
Oh yeah,
right?
all the genes, heredity and genetics.
tough.
Yeah, he's on genetics.
That's tough.
Yeah, DNA unzips, RNA, TR. You know, oh my gosh, we did it for like 2 hours last night. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
yeah. My God.
DNA is a fascinating thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Did you ever do your ancestry DNA? Did you ever do yours?
I actually have a cousin that did a huge genealogy thing, and then he died actually, and then one of our other cousins took it over, and he did. Yeah, he's done a big thing for our whole family.
It's fun, right? Gary's so totally addicted to that.
Yeah, and it's funny when you go on there, and then you can see papers. Like I could see papers. My grandparents came over from Ellis Island, from Italy, and
I love that.
yeah, all kinds of it was very good.
But did you ever do like your DNA like with
That my daughter did. My daughter did that. You talk about the DNA test?
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter did that. You did it?
Yeah, did I do it? Would
Yeah.
my husband let me get away with it?
Oh, no.
Kidding me?
No, I didn't do that one yet. But then now it's going to be hard if you get caught. They're going to find you, right? You got to be
Don't
careful.
commit any crimes.
Yeah.
And look at Gary. He's got the same DNA as his donor now. So
Careful, right?
he can't commit any crimes. She can't commit any crimes, and he can't.
Yeah, that's something, right?
They would be caught, like Well, I guess you could blame the other person. I guess
At least they have different fingerprints, right? At least
they do have different fingerprints, but
scary, right? She must
It
be
is
like,
scary.
she's like, are you a good kid? Yeah. If you ever feel like robbing a bank? No, not really. Not today.
he could always say, "Oh, it's Emily. I didn't do it. It's Emily." And then
She's-
Emily could say, "Oh, I didn't do it. It's Gary."
Right. Oh my God.
But it's fun though. It's really fun. My nieces and nephew, we got them the kits for Christmas,
Oh yeah.
and they're really excited about it. It's fun
Yeah.
because you find out like what regions your, family members were from, and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really fun. I think you could even. My husband's such a geek with this. He'll be like, "Well, you have more quality, you have more DNA from your dad's side than your brother does. Your dad has more DNA on your mom's side." Like he does all this like analysis of, and I think like when he does that, he feels so cool.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. My
You know how
my
it is.
daughter's the only one that did it. So I mean, actually sent that test out. She did it.
They make good Christmas gifts, and they put them on sale right before
Yeah, I
Christmas.
know.
so
Like 21 and right is in there 23 and
23
me or
and me.
me. Yeah.
But we did Ancestry.com because I think they have a bigger database, family databases and stuff.
That
but
sound 23 and me sounds like a dating site almost.
it does.
Right? 23 and me. I don't know.
How's
Oh
the
my
chat
God.
doing? Did we bore
No,
anybody?
no,
Is
we didn't
everybody
bore.
all right?
No, they said I love this channel. I love this chat. Yeah,
Oh, good. All
we
right.
loved it. You stayed up all night, and now see Ethan leaves early for school. Ethan just gets up.
Yeah, that's early.
Yeah, and Luke gets to sleep in now. Luke doesn't have to get on the bus until like after 8 o'clock, but. Ethan's got to go so early now that he's in the. Actually, they put the middle school with the high school, and they go there, and then Luke's school. It used to be K through 12, and now it's K through 6. So yeah, and then Luke.
Can you repeat that? I zoned out a second.
I said they changed. Our school used to be K through 12, right? And then they merged with 3 other districts, and they built a totally new high school. But they didn't just make it a high school. They moved like the middle school out there, and it's worse because it's farther away. And so he's got to get on the bus like now, which is ridiculous when they can normally get on like Luke at after 8 o'clock. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So Ethan usually gets like all ready. He'll take a shower. And he'll be like almost all dressed. Like he just like pops out of bed. I swear to you, and is just like ready to go. And then he'll even eat at the school because like he's
That's
just
good.
he just
Because these kids really do need sleep. And
Yeah.
I've always said that, like, you walk into that, like, I work, like, my whole career, I worked in schools. And, like, you walk into a high school where these kids are, starting to have to think at 7 o'clock, and they're in a coma.
yeah.
Teenagers need sleep.
Yeah. You know those
And then we
commercials?
wonder and then you know what? My
That-
son and I were talking about this the other day. They make them read books like, Catcher in the Rye, like all depressing books.
Oh yeah,
we
my
try-
son, Ethan
Right?
Fromm. Ethan, he goes like this. What the hell is wrong? My oldest son said to me about he's with this girl, and then he goes on a sled and he hits himself into a tree. What is wrong with him? Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's hysterical,
It's so
right?
sick. And then they would say, well, these teenagers are so depressed. I said
Yeah.
it once at a meeting. We were at a meeting because I loved it because I didn't really work for the school. I worked for myself. I could say kind of like whatever I want. So I'd be like, we were at a meeting one day, and I'd be like an academic meeting, not like anything heavy or anything. And I'd be like, well, what are you showing these? What are you making them read? Look at this crap. Then you wonder why they're depressed.
Right,
They're
yeah.
getting up. They have to be at school at 7. They have to be thinking at 7. And then you're letting them read all this crap that we had to read. And I graduated in 1980, and they're still reading the same
The
crap. What
Outsiders.
is
We've
that?
read The Outsiders. I think stay gold, Pony
Outsiders.
Boy. Stay gold.
With Pony Boy.
Yeah.
and all this
Catcher
crap.
in the
They're
Rye,
still reading
To
that
Kill a
Catcher in the
Mockingbird,
Rye.
Romeo
My
and
son,
Juliet.
It outrages him. He's like, this. And you know what? I remember going to meet the teacher, in high school.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. And I remember one of the parents asking, like, well, what if my child needs extra help? And the teacher, I swear to God, she goes like this. Well, I give extra help every morning at 6:30. If they need help, they can come in at 6:30
6:30 in
before
the morning,
class. I'd be like, well, why don't you make it at 3 a.m.? Let's just change it so they can come in the middle of the night. How about that?
Right, yeah.
They're out of their minds.
Yeah, I can't believe like how much like you can't believe Ethan has a science test. I mean like a major science test every week, and it seems like he's doing. And my school was very advanced, and I took advanced placement science. The biology and everything he's doing at 7th grade, I'm like crap. This is at the same like level I feel like we did in 10th grade, and then how the heck? And then like I just can't every single week. It's just like it's nuts.
I think I have a problem with this. Oh, somebody said, don't get me started on
The Outsiders. My
The
daughter
Outsiders.
gets upset about tests of the D'Urbervilles. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, remember that? Anna Karenina? Yeah, we had to read all
No,
of
what I
that.
was gonna say is, here's my problem with these kinds of this rapid fire testing.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing rapid fire memorization. You're not deep diving into like concepts at that point. So you're not really learning. It's like almost, I can't explain. I don't see where they're really absorbing. I don't think it's
Yeah,
good.
I don't know. Like when I met the science teacher, he was like he goes to this pig farm and he'll get pig lungs and pig hearts and he'll have them dissect. Like it's
But that's different. That's
but
hands-on
but I'm
learning.
saying this
talking about
science teacher is like so. But I'm telling you, like these kids, I'm like for 7th grade, you cannot even believe the depth they're going into this science. It's crazy.
I don't necessarily think that's, I see, I think kids do best with hands-on learning.
But it's hands-on, and also I mean, we went over we studied, I mean, you just look at the chapters and there's like so much material. Like I'm like, wow. And then the next week it's like they're already on to like something complete. They're taking.
Is it an advanced placement?
Oh, no,
it's
this
grade,
is 7th grade science. Yeah,
they don't start with APs until 8th grade.
Right. And I'm just like, wow, this is just like crazy. It's an extreme.
Does he
amount of
like
stuff.
science?
He does like it. I mean, when he said, but it's still like some of the tests, like even you looked at them, right? There's some of the tests are like worded weird or something, right? Like there was a weird
Common Core, maybe.
like a weird.
Common
Yeah,
Core
no,
crap.
I mean, it just wasn't really clear, but probably, if you had been going, if we had seen exactly the worksheet or something, he brings the worksheet home. Like late, he should bring it home when he first gets it.
But he
so
does.
I'm
He
not gonna
does
let him
well.
off the hook.
But he does well. He does. He's
Doing well in all his classes, but that's his worst
Well, because
one.
he's a naturally smart kid.
Yeah.
He is, and I think that's why he thinks he can get away with stuff. Like
Right. He'll
he
push
doesn't
the
have to
envelope,
bring
'cause
this
he
or
knows-
something. Because I
right.
know it. That's what he told me. Gets off the bus. He goes, I'm having a major science test, Mom. But I know it. And I said, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through it with you. I'm going to go through it with you. So, and then he's like, yeah, okay. And then, but and then it's just like, it's a lot of stuff. And so.
He's real good with math, but biology, a lot of times it's like this big round thing on the board with a bunch of parts you have to memorize, and so
Right.
it's
That's how biology is. But at least I think
We used to
I
have
like
colored
biology 'cause
pencils
it
in
makes
AP
sense.
biology, made it fun.
huh?
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was listening to what you were saying. I couldn't hear you.
No, I said like biology. At least there's a lot of interest there in terms of it kind of all making sense.
Yes, I mean, to me it did, and I always had a crew around me studying, and that's the way I looked at a lot of them. They thought it was just this round cell on the board. You got to remember the mitochondria, and the different organelles in it, and
That's
all.
hard though. See, that to me, that's more abstract than like the human body, like A and P, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the cellular level, I think it's so abstract. That's
Yeah.
harder to remember, I think.
Yeah, so human, the human body, that's easy, and the plant, I guess
Right.
he's right now. They're going over the heredity, the Punnett squares, and all that.
Recessive, organelle,
so,
yeah.
but
So abstract.
yeah,
Yeah.
but biology was my best subject, but
I loved it.
I jumped over to mathematics and majored in mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
And because I could
So
explain.
you're like a math geek, like Gary,
Yeah,
like my husband. He's totally a math geek.
yeah. I like.
That's why, honestly, you know what?
Hmm?
It's like one of the reasons. He doesn't hear me right now. It's one of the reasons I married him.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Because I wanted to improve the gene pool.
Right. Right.
Very good.
Give my kids the math gene.
Mhm.
But see, I thought I had the math.
But it didn't
gene.
work.
It didn't work. They didn't like
No,
math.
I don't get it. The math gene.
Yeah. So I
My
mean,
daughter just posted on Facebook something about like the world was cursed when somebody decided to add letters to
Oh yeah,
numbers.
somebody just
Oh,
posted.
yeah. Yeah, I
I
hear
saw
that
that
when that's
today.
the-
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Satan. They said, and then Satan said, add
Exactly.
letters to mathematics, right?
add letters to,
That's
add
my
letters
daughter,
to
you know?
numbers.
Add to letters
Yeah.
to math or so. Yeah,
Right,
mathematics. I
exactly.
think it said.
Yeah.
Whose
So,
idea was that anyway?
yeah. So I majored in math, but I mostly like physics. Is what I really like. I've taught that, and
That's cool.
that's my that's the thing that interests me a lot. And
Yeah, that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
cool, Jimmy.
Yeah. Thanks. It
You're
is.
like multifactorial there. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, in my head.
I'm
Yeah.
using- Did you notice I used math lingo there?
Factorial,
That's
yeah.
a factorial. Yeah, I know. I was just
Instead of saying like multifaceted or like
Nah.
I said multifactorial.
I just explained to my kids the other day what factorial was.
Really?
They saw like there was a clock we have and for 9 o'clock it says 3. No, for 9 o'clock it says 3 squared basically, but for 6 o'clock it says 3 factorial. And so you would have to know that's 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. So it's 6 o'clock.
Oh my God, he's oh my God. You know, you need to have a conversation with my husband. It would be perfect. They would be a match made in heaven.
Yeah, we could leave them there while we go to the craft store. With the
Yeah.
Yeah,
tantrum.
exactly. And they just talk away like math stuff.
We
And
would
this
too.
is what it would be like to me. Like, you know, the peanuts, wah, 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 wah.
Wow.
That's like when I would be teaching the kids at school. I'd be saying I would say, and I'd look at them and I go, okay, so what is this right now? It's just a bunch of. Am I just going blah 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 blah? Is that what it is, guys? And, you know, they would say, yeah, Jim, it is. So, with Mr.
That's
K.
funny.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let me get going. And nice
All right,
seeing you. Nice
Jimmy.
meeting you.
Nice
Maybe-
meeting you too. Have a good day.
Yep. Maybe we'll meet in person someday, like you said.
I'd
Yeah,
like
I've
that.
got to bring
Yeah.
her napkins.
Yeah, I have to pick up my napkins.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
oh, you know what? I will be upstate next week.
Next week. Let's hope we're all not under the. Let's hope we're allowed out of our houses. We don't have like
I
the
know.
Gestapo
I have to
outside
go.
or something.
I have to go on Monday to. My mother-in-law has another doctor's appointment, so I'll be going Monday. I
Oh, yeah,
probably
Mon-
will go Sunday, actually.
When are you gonna? You could go Sunday? Maybe I could. Yeah, if you'd go
I'll
up
probably
that
go
way.
Sunday.
You'd be able to meet like where we met before. Is that?
We could.
Is that? Are you going on the?
Wait.
You go on a train, or are you going on a train? Or are you going to drive?
I'm gonna probably drive.
Oh, okay. And you
Let me
can go
just see
anywhere you want.
something. Hold on. Let me just see when I'm going. Actually, yeah. Wait. No, I'm wrong. It's Tuesday. I'm going.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm going
when?
Tuesday, so-
You mean this Tuesday coming right now?
This
What's
Tuesday
what's,
coming.
wait, what's today?
Today's 11.
No, but I mean, what day of the week? It's Thursday.
I'm going on
Thursday.
St. Patrick's Day, the
Okay.
17th.
You're going on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, because that's her appointed day.
Wow. Wait, there is something. What's on St. Patrick's Day? We have
Unless
something.
unless I go the day before, I might see her appointment is at 3 p.m. So I could technically go that day, like leave early.
I'm trying to think. I know there was something set for what is St. Patrick? Something set on St. Patrick's Day, and I
Alex
said,
flight.
"Wow, that no,
Alex flight was
Al,
there.
which that's canceled." But
Right.
no, there was something else on St. Patrick's Day. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. You know what I could do? I could go on Monday and then stop and see you on Monday, because then I would be flexible, like
What
to
is-
whatever time you want.
Today is Thursday. Okay, let me see. I have to see. I don't know why at St. Patrick's Day is something. It's not my daughter's flight. What?
Oh, you mean something you have to do?
Yeah,
I don't have anything here.
I'm thinking. Why? Because I remember the only reason I'm saying it. I remember saying, "Oh my gosh, that's St. Patrick's Day," but I'm like, well, I don't do anything on St. Patrick's Day, and then I'm trying to remember what it could be.
Anyway, if you were planning on just you guys meeting, that's fine. But if you're talking about us meeting, then we have to have the kids, and we got to think about all that.
Mm-hmm. But
Where do they
yeah,
live? What town?
no, she has to come up here. She would be meeting in
Where
Middletown.
do they live?
She lives in Long Island.
Oh no, okay. All right,
Oh, you're gonna get drop
no,
on
I'm
down?
just curious, 'cause, yeah,
What'd he say?
He said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Why? She's on Long Island. You gonna drop on by?"
It's not really that far. Like we had a really nice ride to you.
Yeah. So
You know what it is? My daughter is 4 hours away
yeah,
in Pennsylvania. We're used to we're used to long rides. We don't think of that as a big deal.
yeah.
And then
yeah.
my in-laws, they're 3 hours away, and then we have other family in Red Hook. Like we drive everywhere, so it's not that big of a deal.
But it's really bothering me that I don't remember the thing that was
Boy, it's
St.
not.
Patrick's Day.
Did you put it in your calendar? Do you have a calendar you could look at? Maybe you could.
I
Why
never
not?
do it. I never do that. I'm very
Not that
bad.
you're-
It's in your brain.
Yeah,
Is everybody
I have
else
an
getting
internal
that?
alarm too. Do you have an internal alarm? I have an internal alarm. I do.
I don't because well, I wish I had a better one.
Oh, yeah, I have an internal alarm, but I'll figure out what it is.
Oh, you mean like you'll wake up at the right time?
Yeah, like if I know I have to wake up
do
at
that.
9 o'clock
I am like
or
that.
8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I'll wake up.
I can do that. I don't know what it is. I can definitely do that.
Right. And if I'm at someone's house, like, or like if like I'm automatic. Like even as a kid, when I had sleepovers, I was always up. Like I was up. Like maybe I never felt like I was up. Like it's not that I ever slept in and somebody had to wake me up. You know what I'm saying? I was up.
Yeah.
I was up. I'm up.
I hear you. Yeah.
You Sassy, I am going to listen to that today. I am going to listen to that today.
What
I
did
have
she
it here.
say?
Sassy sent me music, and I finally got it back, Sassy, and
Oh
I'm
my
going
God,
to
I'm
listen
looking
to
at
it.
myself. Don't judge me, people.
Oh, please. I have it up all night. I'm going to, I have it right over here, Sassy, and I'm going, here it is. See? I'm telling the truth. There it is, Sassy. I'm going to listen to it today when I do my crafting. I have to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to listen to this. She sent me music. So, yeah, definitely got it back from him. I tackled him, and it was a struggle, but I got it back.
So when is craft night?
When is craft night going to be? Friday or Saturday? What do you guys say? Friday? When's craft night? Friday or Saturday? Friday?
I was supposed to have a conference in New York City, but they canceled that.
Oh, they're going to cancel all that. We're going to have a lot of cancellations. We're going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my daughter's like, oh, but they canceled that. Oh, that's canceled. Yeah, so much stuff is canceled.
Yeah, I was kind of worried. Like, I wanted to go really bad. I like going to conferences, but what are you gonna do? It is what it is.
But I wonder how things are gonna like change. Like it's gonna be weird, right? Basketball is canceled. I mean,
Thank God we have napkins and we have.
We do. I think we're really going to need the craft nights and stuff. They're going to be like our only. You know, maybe we're going to be like, you can't leave your house. You know, so it's. I don't know. It's going to be.
Look at Italy.
Yeah, look at that, right? We had somebody here from Italy tonight.
Yeah, did you hear about like what they're doing in Westchester? They're like.
Yeah, they have a containment zone. It's like
they got hit very hard because that one family had exposure to a lot of people.
Oh, I know, but he went all the way into Manhattan.
I know he did.
Oh my gosh, and so did the containment. I was watching it today, and the girl goes, "I work in Manhattan," and I'm like, so she's already been all over freaking Manhattan.
I know.
Okay,
it's really scary.
You have a containment zone, but when these people start getting sick, you got to realize they've been all over New York City.
I know.
You know?
Yep.
So, yeah. And her mother's like, I have this at the door and sanitizer at the door. And I'm like, yeah, but your daughter's already been all over the city, right? So your sanitizer at the door and stuff
is useless.
It's great, but your daughter might be carrying something. Yeah, oh my gosh. Travel ban, right? No flights to Europe. Yeah, so they have the So now their containment area, right? Because I didn't watch the whole thing.
In Europe?
In Westchester.
Oh, in New
right?
Rochelle?
Do they have a grocery store they can go to, or like what's the containment area?
I think they're keeping their grocery stores open.
Yes. So it's like they just can't leave that area of New Rochelle.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Right. So it sounds like I know it's kind of crazy. It almost sounds like World War II when they I don't know. It's just
I know.
Right? Oh, they've got their containment area. Don't go over there. That's.
But I don't know. Like, what else were they supposed to do? I mean, I kind of understand what.
Yeah, and so many more people could have had it. They just didn't have the testing kits, and the kids don't get really sick with it.
No, they don't. Thank
so
God.
Yeah, so but we don't know. Like your kid could have a slight fever to cold, be okay in a few days, and they could have had it. And some people don't get sick with it at all, but still can carry it and transfer it.
Right.
So, it's just
crazy. Oh, Gary's here.
Okay.
Gary, come say hi to Carolyn.
You going all night?
Hi. How are you?
Okay.
Jimmy was just here.
Jimmy was just here.
Talking maths, Gary.
He was talking math.
Maths, yeah.
Maths and physics. A little physics. We talk. Look at how ugly I look on the camera. It's pretty bad. And
You going all night?
we've been on all night. Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's the containment zone, Gary.
We're in the containment zone. We have napkins. It's all good.
Hey, quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
We don't have any social interaction. So
Have a good day. Be careful, please.
be careful,
Extra
Gary. Be
careful.
careful. Wash your
I have to
hands.
say that.
Wash your hands.
Gary, Carolyn said wash your hands.
Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
Cover
Don't
up
talk
out
to
there.
strangers.
Cover up out there, Gary.
No, my daughter makes fun of me all the time because all I do is talk to people, and if I tell her I'm going into the city or whatever, she'll always say to me, "Don't talk to strangers," or "Would you please stop that?" or "Who did you talk to? Stay
Oh yeah,
away
because
from
you embarrass
people.
them, right? Yeah, right.
You know, someday you're gonna get killed. You talk to too many people."
Like that lady that tells you Ollie was not a big deal and he was not real. She had to ruin that whole
Ollie's
thing.
that bobblehead.
Oh yeah, you
man,
guys.
that
Yeah.
really scared the heck out of me.
It scared Kristen's son. Kristen went to sit to the store, right, and her little son, he got scared with it. He didn't want to take. He didn't like that guy. His head bobbled.
The nose on it.
Well, he didn't like it because I think his big head is a huge head bobbles,
When he's
right?
bobbling at
Yeah,
you.
this huge
I
head.
thought, you know what? You're gonna make fun of me really bad, but
What?
I almost thought somebody was in it.
Oh, did you?
For a second, I thought there was a person in it.
Because you didn't know the head bobbled. That's what
I
it was.
had no idea that it bobbled.
And the head started
you know what?
moving, and you got freaked out.
You didn't warn me either.
I thought you knew because you were touching the little bobblehead Ollie in the store.
I did, but that wasn't a threat to me.
Oh yeah, I know. But I thought you thought that big guy was really a bobblehead. But it's
No
funny because
idea.
Kristen had a video of her little son, right? And she went in there and she's
Really?
like, "Look, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute?" And I don't know, I forget what he said, but he was like, "No, I don't like him," or something, you know, like, and it was like, you know, he didn't like him. She's like, "You want to take a picture with him?" Or something? No, I don't want to get near him. He didn't like him. He did not like the bobblehead.
I don't blame him. And then the girl was so funny, right? With,
Right,
like,
yeah,
this-
he's not real, and you don't need to join the army.
not
You're just going to
missing
buy a lot of
anything.
stuff that you don't need, and yeah, you're going to be like your hoarder
she got
friend.
fired right after that.
She
I'm pretty
probably
sure.
did, because I called corporate. No, I didn't, but I did. I didn't.
You didn't have
No.
to. You like. You
She
said
was
it
on.
on
I said
online.
it all over. They're like, "Who was the cashier at that night?" They went on there, and and she told them Ollie was not real. And Lisa has a picture with a stuff like a like a Walt Disney World character, Ollie. She has a picture with him, or not with him. She has a picture of him at the grand opening at where she lives.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. She met a celebrity, and this lady wants to say he's not real.
Wow.
Yeah,
So he is real.
he is real.
He was probably just messing with us.
Lisa, is he real? Lisa met him, right? Lisa, real? Yeah. He's real. You live in Southern Illinois. Oh, yes, yep, she does, and he is real. Your school district sent home papers to find out how many students. Oh, really? See, we didn't get anything like that, April.
What happened?
The school district
How
in
many
Kentucky.
students have reliable internet access at home because they have discussed shutting down for 2 weeks? We will know something today. I think that public schools are going to happen. Like all the colleges are closing down, all the SUNYs
Oh, I
and
know.
CUNYs.
I know.
But I think they're going to do elementary schools next.
Yeah.
Not elementary schools, but school districts, I think.
Oh, look, J Bell said the clerk was a stellar employee. And
I
Lisa
love
said
the way
yes, he's
J
real.
Bell says things.
Yeah, I know.
She's so dry. It's so funny. Yes, he is real. Yep, Lisa said that.
He is real. That lady didn't know anything. She probably never met him. She just wants to steal everybody's joy. That was so bad because you're better off. You don't need.
You
that.
know what was interesting? Last night when President Trump was speaking, he said that there's no travel to Europe anymore, but not Britain.
Right? Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
I guess maybe I don't know how many cases are going on in Britain. Is it relatively lower incidence?
Oh no,
there?
I think they're having. J Bell's having a lot of cases over there.
What's going on, J Bells?
What about your Italy trip? Is that off now?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, we're booked, but it's very not
Iffy.
looking good.
It's iffy, right?
Yeah. I already told everybody that if there's, because everybody's so gung ho about the trip in the family, and I was like, if it doesn't pass the mom test, we don't go.
Right, yeah.
Can I
Right.
tell you?
What?
There's there's a guy in NBA basketball. He's a center, big guy, and he was mocking he was mocking the thing they had, like the other sports are, you stay 6 feet from the from the reporters, and yet the reporters are like this close together.
So what
but
happened?
he was mocking them and all. And,
Like making fun of them?
Yeah, making fun of him. Yeah, he'd go up to him and hug him and stuff like that, the reporters. He just, and
That's not funny, man.
yeah, making a big joke out of it. He tested positive for the coronavirus. Yeah, the NBA canceled the season, but still, there's the guy that was doing all the
Well,
mocking.
now he exposed all those reporters to it?
I guess so. I don't know. They just,
Now, are they going to self-quarantine? Because Katie Couric
Oh.
was around somebody and they yelled at her like she didn't self-quarantine.
See, self-quarantining doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because people will do this. Well, I'll just go out and get milk.
I have to get milk, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say
I need napkins.
It was something new.
I need to do decoupage. I'll just go get some napkins.
Right, I just need napkins. Who's going to be in the napkin store? I won't talk to
So
anybody.
the NBA season
I won't
is
talk to
canceled.
anybody.
Yeah.
I'll wear a
What?
mask.
I
It'll
know
be
that's
fine.
canceled.
Yeah.
It's very hard for people to stay out of action for 2 whole weeks. People don't do that.
Yeah. Who does,
Especially if they're addicted to napkins and decoupage.
right? Yeah,
Let's be
right. Because if you
honest.
can't get it online, and then you're watching a Dollar Tree haul, right, and the lady's like got something really good, and you just want to run down to your Dollar Tree to see if your Dollar Tree has it, you'll be like, I'll be right in and out, and I probably don't have it anyway. The coronavirus, right?
Right.
So,
Or like if you know somebody and they show these really cute Christmas ornaments that are like, you wind them up and they're musical and they look like really vintage and like you love them.
yeah.
You're going to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and fly over to Walmart.
You are.
to
And
get
you're going to
them.
figure that there's going to be somebody else in the store that's doing the same thing anyway. So what does it really matter, right?
Which means you'll have to get there faster.
Yeah. They're going to do it anyway. And it's, quarantine means quarantine, Dreaming says.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Dreaming says quarantine means quarantine. And Javel says self-quarantine is a crock.
He's right. It's nonsense. Nobody's going to do it. It's an illusion.
Not with the people showing stuff on the internet. They're not making people
They're
jealous.
not doing it.
They're not going to.
People are just, to me, it's really risky to do that. That's like saying to somebody, okay, just go to jail for 2 weeks. Nobody likes to stay home.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, I feel good. I feel good.
Oh, come on. That only happens to other people.
Right? Yeah.
Come on.
But you know what the chances are? Come on.
What are the odds?
He didn't kiss me, right? He didn't take my hand. I was just in 10 feet of him. Come on, I'm good.
All right, maybe 5, but it's still
Right.
fine.
Yeah, he just tapped my shoulder, and maybe I touched that and touched my face. But I don't think so.
I mean, that's human nature, like
Oh my gosh, yeah. No.
ridiculous.
But it
Ugh.
is bad because I said
Look at
to
what
Auntie,
Lisa H wrote. She's so
what
funny.
did she write?
Welcome to
Napkins
Welcome to
Anonymous.
Napkins Anonymous.
No, but like Auntie Cuckoo, I said, Auntie Cuckoo, I know she's trying to hold it together for herself because she said she's taping videos and she's trying to do a bunch of do-it-yourself, but normally goes to like 5 different stores a day. I mean, that's what she does on her channel mostly, right?
Mhm.
And I know she's got to be like fit to be tied, right? So, and she's watching these other
Exactly.
people pulling this stuff out, and she's trying to hold it together when she comes in here. I'm like, "How are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, good. I taped a bunch of stuff, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a lot of DIY at home." And I'm like, "Oh, that's good." I know she's like, she probably has to sit on her hands or tie herself down to the couch sometimes, right?
It's hard.
Yeah. I bet you. She's like, my husband's going out. He's going to go to the pet. But I bet she's like, could you just swing by the Dollar Tree and just go down these 3 aisles and just videotape it and let me know what there's. And I'll tell you, grab it or don't grab it. I know she's going through
Yeah.
withdrawals. I know.
And I'm telling my son, like right now it's different than it usually is. You need to be aware. Like it's different now. Like,
Right.
it won't be like this forever, but you have to take it seriously, because I don't think the young people really have it in their head, like, what's going on really. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't think they
well, yeah, they're
understand.
like that. Yeah, I'm healthy, I'm young. If I get it, it'll be what it's going to be, like a little runny nose or whatever. And like my daughter's like, "Are you going to want me home for Easter? What could it be like by then?" And then like I'm like, she's like, I'm like, well, when's Easter? And she's like, that's then. And I'm like, well, we'll see what the heck happens. But it's so weird because like every day you turn on the TV, somebody else has it, right? Somebody else has
Yep.
it. Somebody else has it. Somebody. And it's just, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
Sometimes you might say, like, some people might say, well, why don't I just get it and then get it over with, right? And then I don't have to worry. I can go everywhere.
The problem is, though, you could give it to other people.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, how some people are.
Oh, just because you're like thinking about it so much.
Right. Yeah. That like imagine I imagine maybe someone's thinking if they got it and they were over it and they were good, and then they get all the free airline, the really cheap airfares, and they go in, going to the stores are probably giving away stuff, and like they'd probably like be cleaning up on that stuff. I don't know. First case in New York reported yesterday. No,
that's not true.
No, they reported cases. New York has a lot of cases, especially Westchester. Westchester has like 100 and something, don't they? Like 111?
Yeah, they have a very, very big cluster.
Yeah,
in
big
New
cluster.
Rochelle.
They're in a containment zone in Westchester. Yeah, they're not
have
allowed
more-
out.
They have more cases in Westchester than New York City so
Yeah,
far.
I know.
That could
I know.
change.
Westchester. The governor was on tonight, and they said, would you ever expect that Westchester would have to? No, they never did. To have more than New York City,
It's such a strange thing. It's so strange because that one person spread it to their kids and their wife and a friend.
Right.
But the kids went to school at a yeshiva and a.
You know what it's
school.
like? It's like that commercial. And he touched 2 people, and he touched 2 people, and
Right.
so on, and then to like 112.
But you know what? It is in and of itself very strange, even if you think about it that way. Like, there's other people that have had contact with other people, and they go to school, and it doesn't.
Well, just like
create a
like with
cluster that big.
like with colds and stuff, right? Like a lot of times, even Jimmy and the kids will get a cold, and I don't get it. And we're in the same house, and Jimmy's, all over. You see me, he's at the ice maker, and I wash my hands, and I take good vitamins, and I take Activate if someone's sick. But, yeah, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to get it, but I guess this is very highly contagious.
I don't know, because, like, if you think about it, like, say somebody else has it in, like, Manhattan, say. You would think that one person, if the same theory holds, that one person in Manhattan, they have families and their kids go to school.
Right.
Why wouldn't that one person spread it and cause a huge cluster in Manhattan? Why would one person cause a huge cluster in one spot? Like, I think that there's something else going on that would make that happen in that area.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean,
it's odd.
Well, and then he also got the livery cab driver who was a cabbie in Manhattan, right? So now,
oh yeah, that's true.
Now, why didn't that guy? Well, like he came into contact with a lot of people, right, before he found out.
Yeah, and still, like, as of yesterday, from what I heard, and I could be wrong, there were only like 40-something people in Manhattan.
Yeah, I saw the numbers because the governor was on last night, and they kept saying, would you believe that Westchester was going to have the most cases?
How could that? It's just, there's got to be some other element that caused, besides one human being, that caused a huge cluster of that many people in one area.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be something else.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I guess we'll never know, though, but it's
Dreaming
just
says
the
it can live on
strangest thing.
surfaces for 45 minutes.
What?
Dreaming says it can live on surfaces for 45 minutes.
I would guess it could. I mean, I would think it could live on surfaces for even longer than that. But I mean, I don't know. But
like I don't like. Somebody's like, oh, wash your hands if you do. I hardly ever touch the escalator thing going down. Like, I have to be like falling over to touch that. And if I touch it, it's like I feel like I am on hot lava. Like, I will not forget my hand touched that, and it's
Me
right in the
too. I make a mental
sanitizer.
note of it.
Right in the
Yeah.
But I see some people get off and they're like hands through their hair. They touch their, and I'm just like, oh gosh. They don't even think about it. Like any handrail, if I touch a handrail, like on a, forget it. My hand is like, it just gets a feeling in it that like I know
Me too.
it feels like, oh, that hand needs to be quarantined until we get to the sanitizer.
You know, and I think just going through with everything with Gary being so immunocompromised, I became so much more aware of germs.
Oh yeah.
And I guess it's a good thing. And I'll always be like that.
You know what is so gross that I see all the
I'm just so
time?
much more aware.
I know. And I have a friend that's a nurse, and she still did this. When she was having, like, one of her babies, she had her other kids with, like, their shoes that they wore into the hospital all over the bed she's on with the baby.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, oh.
Shoes on the bed?
Like little,
That's
like
sacrilegious.
like say they're 3 years old, 4 years old. Like they pick them up, bang, they're on the bed. Their shoes, their sneakers are on the bed, right? And then you know what a 3-year-old does? They're standing up. They're like off to the bottoms of their feet all over those sheets. I've seen people do it during delivery, somebody brings their kids in. And they're like, oh, yeah. And that's what this nurse did. And I remember I saw it. I'm like, oh, my gosh. You're having the baby there, you know, like this, it's supposed to be sterile. You've got your kids'
not
shoes
to
all over
mention
the
that
place.
It's bad luck to put a shoe anywhere but the floor.
Oh, really?
you know
So I
that?
heard on tables. Don't put shoes on tables.
It's not good luck to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Call me crazy.
I heard, yeah, don't put a pair of shoes on the table.
It's bad karma.
Yeah. Did you ever hear don't sweep your feet? Don't sweep someone's feet. They won't get married or something. That's supposed to be.
I never heard that one.
Yeah.
Look at these scissors, by the way. I bought these scissors before I found the multi-pack. They were very cheap online, but they won't open.
They won't open.
They will not open.
You probably had to pull them real hard.
I did, but I can't open them. Does anybody know if they have a lock on them?
Maybe they do. What about that? What about that thing? Maybe that round thing.
This?
Is that a lock? Push it.
I think so. Push it, and I'm pushing it. Look, it doesn't do anything.
Slide it up. It doesn't slide up and down. Maybe if
No.
you squeeze it, if you squeeze the handles in first.
Isn't that the weirdest thing? That they're totally locked. I can't open the scissors at all. Totally off the subject.
Yeah. Somebody said squirrel. LOL. Tom Hanks, 63, isn't old.
Oh wait, I got it.
He's not elderly, like 98.
I got it.
You have President Trump saying elderly, and he's what, 70 something, and he's acting like he's a spring chicken.
I got it.
You got it?
Let
Okay.
me
See.
how this works. Hold on. Anybody want to see how this cuts? Ooh. How nice that cut is.
Wow. Yeah, that's like a fish. That's like a fishtail shake, fish scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not 24 hours, Texas. What if it's not 24 hours?
Did somebody say Tom Hanks has the virus?
Yeah. But somebody's like, I hope Tom Hanks is going to be okay because
But
he's
is it
63.
true, or is that just a
Yeah,
rumor?
no, it's true. Him and his wife, they're in Australia filming a movie, so probably the whole set has it.
Oh, I heard that Australia was hit pretty hard.
I don't think he's diabetic. Tom Hanks diabetic?
Diabetic.
I've never heard that. I think he's a pretty
I never
healthy
heard
guy.
that
I think he's
either.
going to be fine.
I guess it's possible, though.
He's 63. Yeah, okay. 63 is the new, what do they call it? 43. He's fine. He'll be fine.
Jules. Well, I think Jules went up to be with the boy.
Oh, yeah, Jules is
Gary's
always
his
with those
favorite
boys.
person on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, positive as of yesterday. Did anybody else on the movie set have it? The virus lives 9 to 14 days, Texas Angel. You're saying on surfaces or what? What are you saying? 9
I'm
to
not
14?
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. You've heard he's diabetic? Peggy?
Really?
I don't know. I haven't. I'm so hungry. Someone feed me, Lisa says. I'm not the least bit tired, but you know, this time, like if I'll say, oh, I'll just stay up all day, like just all day, and just go, you know, don't. Then it's like, then after a while you're like, ah. But right now I'm not I could. Somebody said, you want to jump in the car and run to the Dollar Tree when it opens? I would be like, or like.
I would do it.
I would. Like I feel like wide awake.
I have the energy to do that now. I'd probably crash later.
Jimmy and I used to try to do all-nighters, and like sometimes I would like lose it, I'd get like almost up to go, oh my gosh, I have to go to bed. Like poor me. Once we were moving, and my mother was making. We were like all pulling an all-nighter, and I was like the biggest little whiny baby about it after a while, because I was like, I have to go to bed, right? I'm like, I can't pack anymore. Because we were packing all night.
I can get like that when I'm really tired.
Yeah, to move to this house, and I was just like, I can't do it anymore. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
I can be very emotional.
But I mean, I was 23 too, you know, so I mean,
you're allowed.
But I was like, I got to the point, I was just like so tired. But before doing that, I had mopped like every floor in this house. Like we didn't even have, the flooring wasn't even, so it was the subfloors that I was mopping. And then we had to go pack everything. I was like, yeah, I was like going probably, I had pulled like, I don't know. I was probably having delusions after a while. I don't know. I had to go to bed, right?
Sleep deprivation.
Yeah. I always and I never slept in the hospital when I had babies. I never did, and I was always afraid I was going to see things. Because I always heard if you don't sleep for 48 hours, you have hallucinations. 55 is young unless you're Lisa H. Neville's. Oh, that's not nice. Sassy's worried. Sassy, you're fine. 55 is the new 35. I think you'll be good. You'll be good. We need to keep this live going until the epidemic is over, the pandemic, the whatever it is, yeah. So that people could have social. It would be nice if you could hand something off, right? You'd be like, all right, Lisa and I are out of here, and we've got who's coming on now, right? Right? Just like
we could do like a marathon.
That's what I mean, like a marathon, yeah.
Remember the Jerry Lewis telethon?
The telethon. I was just thinking of that. Yeah, like,
Day, right?
All right, guys, I'm going to go off. I'm going to catch a couple of hours. I'll see you. We're going to leave you in good hands with Lisa H. and Alma. Right? Can you imagine?
That would be so funny.
It would be funny, right? And then I could turn it off, leave it on the Zoom. You know, they'd do that thing, and then they'd hand it off to like two other people. And if we did a time zone,
I wonder if there's a world record for that.
Yeah, but I think YouTube lets you only stay on 12 hours and you got to start a new one. But I don't know, like if you just keep going, even if you start a new one, as long as you keep going, like in like the dance-a-thon, right? As long as you don't stop moving, you're good. You're golden, right? In those dance-a-thons, like in Happy Days, they had to keep moving. They're falling down. Get up. Yeah.
Call it a Corona marathon.
Right. Yeah, we're going to be here. We'll just keep opening new ones. You were thinking the same thing, choking on ashes? Yeah, right? So then...
Oh, I have a professional question.
Yeah.
This is for you and J Bells, but anybody else that would know it would be helpful. Is this good for flower pots?
What is it? Just white paint?
Outdoor acrylic paint.
Okay. Now, you know what? Are you going to put real flowers in the pots?
Well, I don't know. I probably would.
Okay, well, J Bells has put hers outside, and she said she seals the inside. And then see, I mean, I've only done like little flower pots and stuff, and I'm gonna put like a fake stuff in these, and then
That's cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna put like fake lavender or something in I don't know, like fake stuff. I haven't done anything, but I know people do stuff you water. I've got to look into that.
I was going to try it. I was going to try to put it... Because, like, look at this.
Somebody said you have to seal the inside.
Just look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this one. Now, I bought this, right?
Yeah.
But it's painted on the top.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, yeah, it's painted. Right.
And I keep a plant in it.
Is that a real plant?
Yeah, it's a. Oh, this is. You know what this is? This is a crocus that I made into a bonsai.
No, isn't that a
Coleus.
Yeah, coleus, yeah.
Coleus.
Yeah, I remember once
crocus.
as a little kid, I grew that by seed, and I was like so impressed with myself. You
I
made it.
love coleus, but I made it into a bonsai. I'm very proud of myself.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's this pot. I've had it for a long time, and it's painted, and I keep a plant in it.
Hey, what is that plate under it? Is that from Michael's?
Yeah, that's one of those plastic plates.
It's not the charger plate, is it?
Oh, you know
No.
what? It's not a. No, I didn't get it at
Oh, you didn't
Michael's.
get those.
Got it at Home Goods.
Oh, okay. Because remember,
Like
Michael's
my
had those
Easter
charger
Legos?
ones that look like lace. Oh wow! Did you make? Who built those?
I built them because I'm addicted. I love Lego.
Oh, you
I
do?
love Lego.
Really?
So I have to find a way to integrate Lego into my life, otherwise I'll lose my mind because I love Lego.
Oh wow!
But this pot is painted and I've been using it for years, so there's got to be. And it doesn't seem like it's baked on, like it's.
Well,
vinyl.
it's inside too. Are you really messy with the water? Do you get water all over it?
Me?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh! Wait, go back there. Go back. Where'd that bunny come from?
Oh, this I have that. I've had that for a while. That's from
Home
I
Goods.
think it's from Home Goods. Pretty sure.
Oh, you've had him for a while, or you
Yeah,
do it, or is that like a Jimmy? Is that like a Jimmy thing? Like, where'd you get that guitar, Jimmy? I've had this a while, honey. I'm like, and then I'll be like, what's a while, Jimmy? 2 weeks? Because he used to do stuff like that.
No, it's a couple of years I have it. I take it out at Easter.
Oh, and then he would
And
feel
this is
bad,
my
and he
poor
confessed
excuse
to
for
me.
gnome.
You got the little gnome?
It's a tiny little gnome, but this is new. I just bought it. I haven't had it for a while, but it's little. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
see it. It's
Yeah.
It's a poor excuse for a gnome. It's not like your gnome.
Yeah, but it's not really my gnome because I just saw him in my mind.
Listen, we're gonna have that. You're gonna have that gnome someday. You're
Someday.
gonna have it.
Someday.
You're gonna have it. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. We're gonna
Okay.
find it.
Okay. I was looking.
Don't give up on the gnome.
I won't
But
give
you
up
know
on the
what?
gnome.
I found so many other gnomes. Where did that gnome go? It's torturing me.
I know. You think somebody would have it? Somebody that hauled stuff would have it, or even show it.
Even Gary, he's like, we went to so many stores. Where is the gnome?
I know. Even Gary was looking for the gnome.
We were looking for the. Seriously, not kidding. And I'm like, how many different Home Goods and Home Sense stores and Home TJ Maxx's do we have to go to?
TJ
No.
Maxx, right? Yeah, Marshalls. Oh, I can't believe it, Lisa. My son and I, we're like so excited because they're putting in a Marshalls, like where our Walmart is 30 minutes closer to us, like not all the way where I met you, but midway. And we're like beside ourselves, okay? Because they're putting in a freaking Marshalls. Do you understand? I've got to either go down to where I met you or into Pennsylvania, and either way it's an hour to get to any store even remotely like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're like freaking that they're going to be putting a Marshalls in. That's so sad, isn't it?
I'm excited for you.
I
think
know,
it's great.
I know, because like I know that like they're part of that family, and sometimes you can find napkins there. And I found this really nice retro Christmas wrap there.
I tell you, there's one Marshalls right near me in Stony Brook.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. They have great Home Goods there.
Yeah, I know.
in that
Sometimes you
Marshalls.
get a good
It's
Marshalls.
one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, sometimes you get a good Marshalls.
You know why? Because people go in there a lot, and there's a lot of turnover there.
Yeah,
So they always have new merchandise in there.
yeah.
So when I'm coming home from work, I stop there a lot. Like,
I know.
ooh, let me check it out. I look there for the gnome too.
Yeah, I know.
I stop there a lot of times.
I feel like calling the people at Home Goods and just being like, I was in your store a few weeks ago. There was a huge gnome you had. You still have him over there? And then she'll be like, lady, what are you talking about? I don't know.
You know what? I bet you there's other people that are calling about gnomes.
They probably are, because now they know. They figured it out where we met. They called that store, and they're like, is that damn gnome there? to hold it for me because I'm coming down to get it so I can taunt her with it, right?
Wait, are you Carolyn's friend? Come on, man.
She's mentioned it on a live. Why is everybody calling about the damn gnome? Right? Yeah. Oh my
Do
gosh.
you have a photograph of that gnome? Because I thought you had a picture
No,
of it.
because you know why? Remember I told you my stupid phone was full? That's why you and
Oh,
Gary
that's
and
right.
J-Bills had to take all the pictures? Oh gosh.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man. And you know what? I felt like I came so close the other day. Remember that other one? That last one I sent?
Mom,
I'm sure
I mean,
that was it.
Auntie Cuckoo thought so too. She was so excited, Auntie Cuckoo. And
Really? She's so nice.
she is so nice. She's so sweet, isn't she? But you know what
She
makes
really
me feel
is.
good about Auntie Cuckoo? Because, like, I know she's not a white couch blogger. And
Thank God.
I know,
Thank God,
right?
because
I
if
couldn't
she
believe it because
was,
I thought she
it
was.
would've
Like, I
really
thought,
been-
like, is she a white couch
Yeah.
blogger, right? But then I thought, no, she's coming in here. She could never be a white couch blogger. You would never catch a
Thank
white couch
God.
blogger in this chat, ever. And they just don't even come here. But the way she said it made me laugh like crazy. She said something, she said to her kids, everybody says, kids, I have the most soothing voice. She's talking about herself. She goes, but what do I do when I tell you I have to make a voiceover? And they go, you go like this, Mom. Everybody, quiet down. I've got to do a 5-minute voiceover. Right? She goes, I sound like a lunatic. And she goes, hi, it's Auntie Cuckoo. You know, and then she goes, well, what did I do 5 minutes? And I said, you do that too? Because I know, like, I think that's not a white couch blogger. You've got, like, I'll be like, I've got 2 minutes. I just have to say this one thing and I can put this up. And just, can you be quiet for 2 minutes? And she did it too, and that made me feel so much better.
You must have been so happy.
I was so happy because I was like, Auntie Cuckoo, you do that too, and you've admitted it. And yes, she does. Yeah,
Nice.
because you just have
Thank
to get
God
like
she's not like that. I
right.
would die.
yeah.
Everything about like I would. My bubble would be burst.
The white couch bloggers, like, everything is perfect, and they never. Oh no, do you have to ever do that? Oh no, we never have to do that. Our children are perfectly behaved. They would never talk when I was trying to do a voiceover. Never. No. You know, and so it's like, you know, everything is perfect in our house. Oh really? Oh yeah. But yeah, Auntie Cuckoo, that was so funny because she's like, no, she goes, she goes, you don't know what I do. Like, but right before I do that little nice intro that everybody says, oh, your voice is so nice. She goes, I'm screaming like a lunatic. Like, can you just be quiet? Can you be quiet for 1 minute? Right? Yeah.
So funny.
And I know, because I mean, I do that too. And my biggest fear was like ever like forgetting to edit that part of it, right? So that you'd be like, can you all be quiet for a minute? Hi, how are you guys doing today? Right? So, you know.
That could happen.
Right? Yeah, it could. And they'd probably laugh because they'd probably laugh the way that Jimmy fell down the stairs and I freaked out. But see,
my God.
now that I've been live, they've seen the freakouts for me. You know, they've seen me running, thinking something was falling on my head. They've seen Jimmy almost burning down the house.
That was, honestly, that was like one of the funniest parts of that was like, oh my God, Jimmy. I thought something was falling on my head.
Jimmy,
I mean, like, that was so, because like, you could relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, like you could just, I don't know.
Yeah, or like when he, you know, I'm thinking now that's 2 mishaps for Jimmy for the bloopers reel. He hooked the magnet on the bridge and bumped his head. See, he bumped his head then too. You see what I'm talking
Thank God
about?
he has a hard head.
I know. And then he did the falling down the stairs. So that's 2 for the Jimmy's injury blooper reel.
And don't forget he was wearing the what was he wearing again? What do you call that?
Oh, the union suit that you didn't believe. You thought I was kidding, right? We were in the store
did.
and you thought I was kidding. And I told Lisa, I said he got a red
was like,
union
"It can't
suit.
be.
And she
It
goes,
cannot
no.
be."
And I go, he did. And there, say you saw it.
And little did I know he was trying to sneak up on us in the union suit.
I know, because he thought he was
And that
smart.
was the whole thing.
He thought he was smart. He saw like where he would be and he wanted to slink down the stairs and try to be funny behind me. No, she was funny behind me. Yeah.
That was so funny.
That was crazy, right?
Ridiculous.
Jackie and you.
Totally ridiculous.
Yeah, but all right, girls. I better go get Luke off, and then I'm probably going to catch a couple of hours to sleep. And then today's Thursday? Today is Thursday.
Is it already?
I know, I keep losing it. I go from Sunday and I think it's Monday for 2 days. And then everybody, no fail, says, Carolyn, today is Tuesday. And I go, no, it's Monday. And they're like, no, it's Tuesday. This has happened like 3 weeks in a row. And then I feel like, and they go, and then by the time they tell me it's Tuesday, it's already late Tuesday night. So it's really Wednesday. And then the weeks are flying by and I'm like saying, I don't want the summer to go that fast because I like the summer and the spring and the summer, you know? So, but everything just feels like it's flying by, isn't it? It feels like March is already over. Like, phew. It's like, oh my gosh, since this stuff. Yeah, it's just
ridiculous.
Crazy. It is. Like I said, like last year the winter went fast, and I said this was going to be a test, and the winter went fast this year too, with having people to talk to every, you know, you don't get that cabin fever maybe that a lot of people get.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and I think we'll be really good if people are if we are putting quarantine and containment units. Yeah, we're going to have to be in groups like this. We'll be sane. And everybody else might be out there like looting and who knows what they might be doing.
Exactly.
Losing their minds. Or maybe we can get them into
we might have more crime to investigate.
Right, absolutely. Or we'll get more people in here doing crafts that have never done them, right? They'll be looking like, maybe I better join that craft group so I don't lose my mind totally. Right? You know, because I can't go to work anymore. They have me working from home and now I feel like killing my husband or killing my wife or killing, you know, somebody. So maybe I better just go and join a craft group.
Exactly.
Right? We could be saving the world just one craft at a time.
We are also saving the world because we have napkins in case we run out of toilet paper. So we're saving our own world.
Absolutely.
So we will be the best prepared. But you know what? We're not going to want to use them for that. But if we had to, we are on survival mode.
You know what we would do? We would pull the layers away.
We could use
I'm keeping them.
Layers.
I'm keeping them for that. See?
I was just going to say that. You know what?
I'm not wasting
Let's
them.
Do that. Let's all of us make a, let's
pile
all promise to save the
layers. Yeah.
So that just in case
just
we'll
in
have
case.
those.
See that? We're saving the world here.
That's right.
Yeah, you never know, because Lisa, it could be you that's like, Carolyn, please send me your second and third layers, please. I'm running low.
Me.
Right? Could be Lisa. It could be Lisa.
Anybody.
It could be me. It could be anybody. You don't know. And because we're saving these second and third layers, because we're decoupaging, somebody could have something to blow their nose or else.
Or worse.
Or worse with. Yeah, you know? Okay.
Yep.
Because we're saving the world one napkin at a time, one craft at a time.
Yep. And you know what? I'm going to tell my friend Sue to look at this chat so she can see that we talked about her and her squeedles, and then maybe we can have her on as a guest because she's 3 hours earlier, so it would be easier for her.
So she'd be like, and then tell her about I think that would be great.
She wouldn't have to be up all night to come on.
No, unless she wanted to be up all night.
Unless she wanted to be, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do want to be up all night, but
yeah. But
all right.
Well, thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Thanks for coming on. That was fun, and thanks everybody for sticking in the chat there. And we actually have more people in the chat than when we started the second live.
Really?
The third live, this fourth live, whatever this live is. Yeah, this is like the fifth one. No, third one.
I didn't know that.
Because I think when we first and you're worried. Yeah, so good. We're good. All right.
I'm glad I woke up. As soon as I wake up, I check to see if you're on, and I jump on as soon as I wake up.
Right.
Before I fall asleep, I'm on. When I wake up, I'm looking.
All right, guys. Well,
all right.
Guys,
bye,
take care. Bye. And thanks, everyone, for coming in. Thank you to the moderators and prayers for all you guys that need them. Thank you. God bless. Love you guys. Like you, Lisa. Love you, Lisa. Okay, everybody.
Love you too.
All right, everybody, be good.
Everyone.
And let me see.
Thanks for being you, everyone.
Yeah, and take care. Talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye.